Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Yeehawlads podcast, episode number 100.
Woot woot.
This is the last episode.
It honestly, there was a couple of times it was pretty close to being it. The only person that knows about that is Marcus. I had literally debated. I'm like, do we just hit 100 and stop doing this?
I said no.
I am getting busier at work, so
Yeah.
like I didn't know what time. If we were going to grind like asphalt grinder the other lane today, I probably would have still been at work right now.
Yeah.
So no, I'd been
Sucks for you.
on and off of that idea train for a little bit, but the general plan is like from 100 to 150, we're going to actually try a little bit.
I'll rebrand.
Just try.
No,
I was going
put
to
some
suggest
effort
every
into it.
2 weeks because besides the random bullshit I do, usually we're kind of sparse on topics.
Well,
during topics.
Now I'm glad you mentioned that because the podcast I listen to shifted to that format.
Every
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Where it's every 2 weeks now.
If it's every 2 weeks, we might as well just not
Shout
do
out
it.
Hard Lord.
That's kind of what I also figured would
Yeah.
happen if that did happen. So
Because it's fun, absolutely, but at the same point, it's kind of unrewarding at this point. So it's like,
I
okay,
have alcohol. Everything's rewarding.
that
It's,
you're that's
it's a
'cause
little
you're-
treat.
turns
'cause you're an
out my
alcoholic.
sleep is more valuable than this beer.
Yeah. So that had been kind of mulling that over. I'm like, we'll put in an actual effort for a little bit, see what comes of it, and if nothing comes of it, then we can cancel it. You know, be like, well, we tried. It's kind of where I was mentally thinking.
Yeah.
Marcus is like, oh, fuck it. I'll show up to anything. I don't care as long as I can drink.
I needed an excuse to get the fuck out of my house.
So enough depressing nonsense. Let's
Yeah.
actually get into this episode.
Yeah.
I didn't plan anything fun for 100 because I've been working.
Yeah.
And if I'm not working, I'm fixing other people's garbage.
Sorry.
So there's no fun game. There's no fun ideas at the moment.
I was gonna get decorations,
And you
but
didn't.
I do like.
ran out of
I
time.
will go on like a little nostalgia of the podcast. I guess I do enjoy like referencing things because like at some point I'm like, oh yeah, I remember talking about this on the podcast, or it's like. I think I was telling my sister something like, Nikki, I have an hour. Turns out I have an hour and a half of this topic
of me talking about this
dedicated,
exact
and it's
thing.
all easily available on Spotify. Here you go.
You just have to find the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was like it was something like very simple. I'm like, oh no, it's the title of the episode. Like, here you go. And I thought that was kind of funny.
And like
but-
a lot has changed in the 100 episodes too. I have a different career. I'm married.
That's one of the things I was going to try to do before this. Be like, here's episode 1. Here's what all of us kind of had going on.
Actually, I would love to do like the cars and trucks comparisons.
Yeah.
Like,
actually.
everybody has different. Well, besides Nick, I guess.
Yeah.
But mine's
I mean,
paid off.
if you
now.
guys can think of
Fair.
stuff,
Yeah. Hey, big changes.
we can do it. I mean, that's what we're here
Oh
for. Is to
God,
just talk.
I don't even.
Because let's see. 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, plus or minus a couple
month.
weeks, we didn't have any of the cars from Maine. So Marcus didn't have his car. I didn't have the Honda.
Oh, life without the shit box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
I had
must
so
have
much
been-
more money.
You were driving what, the Impala at that
yeah,
point
I was
still?
driving the Impala
Oh my
everywhere.
God! Let me just say something. The Impala is fucking
we go.
sad. I went to pick up that fucking patio chair. All 4 fucking tires are dry rotted and rims are on the ground.
They were dry rotted beforehand.
because
Okay,
it's
but
sat-
they are like
They're bad.
They're holes.
Yeah,
in it
you
now.
can't. I don't think they'd hold air
Because
anymore.
it sat for like 85
Oh,
weeks.
it's
to
been
be fair.
bad. Yeah,
But
very
yeah.
very sad car.
Yeah, you still had the bike at that point. You didn't have a work truck.
No, didn't
Well,
have a work truck.
Kind of. You had a work.
I
It had
the
SUV.
soul.
Yeah.
No, they
Or no,
couldn't
it
drive
was
the
the
Soul.
Trailblazer.
I fucking hate driving.
It was a
that Soul.
Trailblazer,
I had the
yeah.
Trailblazer, and then that went to shit.
And that rusted out. Then you had the Soul, and then you said,
they were
"Fuck
afraid
the
to
radio
drive
station."
'cause it
I'm
was-
doing
Yeah.
other stuff
Yeah,
now.
basically.
F series.
Yeah. I said I didn't have the Honda because we hadn't been to Washington yet. Didn't have the Fiesta because I didn't have the Honda to make me want a small car.
You had the Kia, or sorry,
No,
the Hyundai.
That was gone long before that.
Oh, yeah,
still.
that was gone.
no, it was about to be rally, or it was
No.
about to be demoed.
No, it was gone long before that.
It was
that was
years
like
ago.
a couple weeks.
Yes, we've
after
been
we got
doing this for
back.
2 years, Marcus. I want you to
understand
know
that, but
Well, yeah.
that was like a
Want
couple
you to
weeks
know
after. That was in
that.
21. That was 4
Yeah.
years ago at this point. It's been 2 years. Since
Okay,
we've
but
been-
it would have been.
hold on.
Was it the next spring they were gonna? I
No,
feel
it was like
a-
it was like in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
it was
and then they
almost
blew the
immediate.
starter up.
from the time we got home from the Washington trip to the time they demoed it, or they
Yeah.
were going to demo it.
We got
it was
home
like,
in
It was a
June
couple of months.
in June of 21. That's 4 years ago. That's 200 weeks ago.
Okay, but it was a couple of months. at
No,
least.
it was like 2 months maybe. It was very short after.
And then from the time it got scrapped too,
yeah, it was pretty quick.
I felt like
thereafter.
that was like a 6 month period of like.
Well,
It was like
use
a
it for
month or two
target
of them
practice.
building it, and then like, okay, it's almost ready, and then it didn't happen, and then it just sat around for a while.
Finally gave up.
And then finally went away.
Yeah, no. If anything, it might have sat behind the shed for a little bit, but it wasn't close.
Yeah, no. I feel like from the time we got home to the time that it actually got scrapped was like 6 months.
Yeah, but that was 2 years before we started recording.
I don't know, man.
That's I'm just trying to fill you in on those numbers.
Yeah.
But yeah, that had been long gone by then.
110 probably still has the same oil change in it from when you started the podcast.
I think I've changed it once between. I put a spark plug in it and changed the oil once. I haven't ran it a little bit.
Proper maintenance, baby.
We maintained it before Skylar's fuel.
Oh yeah.
We maintained it before that.
Washed it and shit.
It got like detailed. It was nice and clean, and now it runs like poo. But
was that when I was riding it? That one pool party
when it started riding bad.
Yeah, that was
like
about the same time.
I was coming back to the house and it was like.
Yeah, it started.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I put a spark plug in it. It seemed to help a lot, but I think it needs just a carb like serviced the whole bike.
Carb kit.
After beating on it for 10 years with no fucking care in the world.
Yeah.
But still had that. The red truck didn't have hydraulic steering, but it was still shortened already. The Blue Ranger still didn't run and still sits there.
Yeah.
I don't think it's moved much.
It went from maybe we'll fix it to maybe it'll be a 302 to let's definitely put a 2.3 turbo in it. To then it's just still
I was going to buy that 2.3 turbo. I had the cash in hand. And I drove because I was selling our belt sander from work, our big 6-horse industrial one. Mm-hmm. And I had the money with me. I'm going to go there and go pick up the motor. And the guy refused to answer me for like a month.
Yeah.
Bitch.
So I was going to do it. It was going to happen. And then it just didn't.
How much would you want for that Ranger?
It's not worth owning, if that helps.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It won't run for more than a couple minutes at a time. And if it shuts off, you can't restart it.
Oh, no. I mean, I would do the 302 swap.
I mean, it's a lot of work. And it's kind of rusty. And it smells like mice and stuff. And all the wires are chewed up.
Dude.
I mean, it's probably worth like $500 to a scrapper.
Fair.
I mean, at the end of the day.
Call me Scrapper.
No. But still had that. I don't think I've sold anything between then and now because I didn't have anything to sell specifically. The Ranger was already on wheels. Nothing too crazy changed on any of that.
Yeah.
The Ranger went, or not the Ranger, the Fusion went from not having tint to having tint.
Hell
yeah. Big upgrades, and it's paid off.
And it's paid off.
We do love all those things.
Speaking of that, did that Saturday.
You've paid off the payoff payment?
Paid it off.
Was the picture of your dash the mileage that it's currently at?
Yeah, roughly.
I mean, I'm assuming it hasn't, or was there another reason that this is?
Yeah, I'll go into detail on why I took that picture, but that's the first one. That's after I left the credit union. Oh,
that's my
I'm doxing myself. Oh, no.
Your license plate's in the picture. We got to cover it up.
But, finally.
Oh, no, the regular traffic looks like regular traffic.
I thought you were trying to do the cough over your
filter I
voice.
have on the bottom of it.
Yeah, well, you could see it in the background, and it's pretty identifiable.
It's okay.
Oh.
Nobody fucking listens to this.
If anyone really wanted to, they could figure out where we live pretty easy.
That's true.
I've doxed myself plenty of times.
But, I paid that off Saturday because I just wanted one less monthly payment.
Speaking of doxing.
Oh, no.
Remind me to go into
doxing
the new
themselves.
Subaru.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
So you got that paid off. You still have the same 2 cars.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
When did you move into your new house? Was that before this?
That was
close.
It's
close.
It had to be. It had to be close by.
We bought that house September 2022.
2022. It would be before this, but just barely. A couple of months before this.
Barely.
Yeah.
Because we're basically 2 years. So yeah.
When did we
Close.
start? When was the official start date of this?
Like May something.
Yeah, I thought it was
23. It was somewhere in those general days.
My second picture that I had, when you're done looking up, I'll explain that.
That's fine. This will only take me a quick second.
Oh, yeah,
Scroll
you're fine.
the oldest. 1 year ago. Okay, that's not. Okay, never mind. I'll go back to your pictures. It was a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, you're
100 weeks ago, whatever that is.
So
It's 4 weeks. It's 1 month short of 2 years.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So it was last Friday. My sister-in-law gave us a call and was telling us the issues her car was having. She has a 2017, I think the year is 2017 Hyundai Tucson.
Okay.
It's burning oil.
That's a Hyundai thing.
It's doing Theta engines.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hyundais are not like Hondas.
Yeah.
Very different cars.
Yeah. Hers has that Theta engine, so it's got it likes to blow up pretty much.
Hell yeah.
That Friday night she got back from work, her engine light came on before she pulled in,
no.
Then as she put it in park, she went to back out a little bit at first, and the car just wouldn't move. Like, it was running, but it wouldn't move. It was just at a standstill.
Hell yeah.
So she shut the car off. She called us and said, if she could borrow one of our cars while she gets hers worked on, because it's most likely going to need a new engine. The dealership told her.
It's not going to be a 1-day service by any means.
No, they have to ship a motor from Korea.
Hell yeah.
It's going to take a month.
Yep.
Hell
KDM, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get a 25% tariff on that bitch, too. Fuck them.
Nope, they're exempt.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Technology partners go crazy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Engin.
So she got her car towed to the Hyundai dealership Monday. She was originally going to wait and see if she could drive it herself, because on Saturday she went to start it and move it, and it was fine. She was able to move it.
The oil all cooled down and got happy again.
I guess.
Fine,
Yeah. But
Bearings
then-
are not tight anymore.
Right. But then the Sunday morning and Sunday night, she tried to do it again, and it wouldn't.
Okay.
So
that is a Hyundai thing.
Caitlin called me during the middle of the workday Monday and said, so I'm going to Madison, Wisconsin to meet up with my sister, and we're going to give her my car.
Your
Can you meet us
sister?
there?
Going to Wisconsin, you want anything? You're
Yeah.
just like, what?
So I'm like, okay. So I took that picture. It was when I entered Rockford, and it hit 50,000.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
My truck also hit 100,000 on the way to
yeah.
sell my trailer.
I saw that.
Wow, everybody's
That'd
hitting
be-
milestones.
4 years, just about.
Yeah.
4 years, 50,000 miles for 49,000 miles.
Yeah.
Shit.
So, yeah.
Solid.
But yeah, went to Madison, got dinner with her, gave her the Elantra, and it was originally just going to be we were going to have my Fusion. Caitlin doesn't go anywhere since she works from home. But then my grandma took a fall,
Oof.
so she can't drive for a
Will
while.
people be falling?
She's okay. No surgery.
Oh, that's good at least.
And she
That's
she never takes her current car by choice. She never leaves like LaSalle County
area.
area. Yeah, the furthest it goes is Ottawa,
The ankle
and that's by
the
her
ankle
choice.
monitor won't let you.
She's generally a very good driver
I
still for her
100%
age.
believe that. Yeah.
But because she never drives anywhere, her 2013 Ford Focus only has 32,000 miles.
So
Hell
few
yeah.
miles.
Hey, my 1996 Mercury Grand Marquis had 42,000 on it. So,
Damn.
so yeah, like
No.
old people just don't be driving.
Right.
huh?
And I think she knew that this was going to be her last car because like she got the titanium.
Oh,
as,
hell yeah.
as old people
She
should.
splurged.
Yeah, she
My grandparents
splurged.
also have a 2017 Ford
Titanium.
Edge titanium.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So,
God
and
intended.
it's a good
Yeah.
car. She drives it how she's supposed to because it's got that power shift, I think Ford calls it.
Ford's early dual
Yeah.
clutch was not great.
Yeah. No,
Real
so she
bad.
she drives it hard, so I think that's why it's still
Hell
it's
yeah.
fucking
Beat
surviving.
the shit out of it.
Yeah,
That is-
it is. It drives fucking great.
That's how you drive dual clutch cars. You just drive them.
Yeah.
You can't be nice to them.
No. Drives
It's
fucking
weird.
good. So I'm gonna pick that up later tonight. That'll be my car for 3 to 4 weeks.
Hell yeah.
Caitlin can drive the Fusion.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Then Andy, you don't even know what you had 2 years
I
ago.
was trying to.
Hey,
I was
yeah.
gonna go back through my pictures. I'm like, what have I been through?
You had the Subaru.
A lot
Oh,
of
actually,
shit.
I remember it vividly. It was the red F-150. We had just flipped the black
Oh
F-150.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The red EcoBoost F-150. I was waiting to get rid of it when I started at deconstruction, and then it was right around the time we podcast, most likely.
Most
so
likely.
I scrolled all the way back.
Oh, you have the beginning date, don't you?
Our was June 6th of 2023.
That was the first upload.
Yeah,
Was
that
our
was
first upload.
Yeah, I started in like May.
So yeah,
with
it would have been
the-
just behind
yeah.
that.
Yep. So yeah, that was a oh shit, we should really get rid of this because it might be like insurance frauded and
I mean,
goodbye.
it wasn't.
Still saving every document that I got from the original owner of like pictures and shit just in case that comes back to bite me. Just
Which it surely.
statute of limitations is I'm figured 5 years, so 2028 I'll delete those pictures.
You'll be
just
fine.
in case.
Likely story.
God. Yeah,
Just
so that was
incriminated
my
yourself again.
yeah, that was my flip at the time.
Yeah.
Me and Brian had just invested in the black Platinum F-150 the year before.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, truck market's up. Let's do that again. And then I was a little too ambitious and bought
Bought
something
a no-title wrecked
maybe
car. Or wrecked.
illegal-ish.
It wasn't wrecked. I don't remember what.
Uh,
I don't
no,
know.
it
exactly.
ran and drove fine. Oh, it didn't have cats on it.
I knew it didn't have, the guy cut them off while we were
But
waiting
it was
for
like
it.
it was some insurance bullshit. It was
I
like,
think it had been lightly crashed. It wasn't
Yeah.
like totaled.
yeah,
but it was
no,
not in
it
great
was-
shape.
Yeah, but and then my Jeep didn't have brakes, so I backed it off
You're
the trailer and then
okay.
it hit it and bent the fucking bumper.
You're
of
still
it.
a year early. That was May of 22.
Oh, that was 22. Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
So you're a year early on.
Oh,
that.
okay.
I thought it was sounded early, but
Oh, okay.
that did also happen.
Okay, that was a year before. That was the only other thing I really like owned in the meantime.
I do have a video of it running.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll send or
Eco
not.
Boost. Noises.
Yeah, the purple Fusion.
Nah, it's not sending.
You sold that.
Black.
Black.
That was the work
Yeah.
car 4D. That yeah.
Oh, it was
I
black.
bought that for $1,500.
Yeah.
Put
So that
doors and
guy
a
in St. Louis
bumper.
who's a dumbass.
So, yeah, sold it to him because he was just an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I made good money on that. But I was also very poor at the time because we
Yes.
just come back from vacation
Mm-hmm.
from the main trip, and I'm like, damn, I haven't worked in a couple months. I need to get rid of
I'm
these cars.
broke as shit.
Turns out I wasn't gonna work for another 4 months after that too. So
Yeah. Spoiler alert. You just
yeah,
didn't
sold the
work.
Harley I bought before the main trip because
Mm-hmm.
I needed the money. Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I
Harley.
forgot about that.
Yeah, I only rode it fucking like 350 miles.
Oh
'cause I
yeah,
needed
the
tires.
Our first episode was us going down to Trevor's house. If that gives you any frame of reference.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If that helps you kind of scale
Wow.
out.
Yeah.
That we went to Trevor's house, came back, and we're
Yeah.
like, all right, episode one.
That'd be the first time. No, was I locked front and rear on that? I think I was.
Yes, that was your first one with the front locker, I believe.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Either that or we went to the Badlands for New Year's one time.
Yeah.
Before that.
Yeah,
But it
I
would've
think
been-
It was very both.
It was either just before the hangover
Yes.
run that year or just after you put it in. I know you had it before. I don't know if you put it in or not, but
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
it was right around there because you're like, this thing's so good now.
Right.
If only you knew tons and forms.
Yeah, turns out I just needed way bigger tires then.
So that was no cage, front locker. You put the front
man,
locker in
yeah.
and you're like, wow, this is really scary without a cage now.
yeah.
And then we did the cage very shortly after.
Yes.
Yeah, I
yes.
remember you guys doing the cage.
Yeah, we
Yep.
did the cage here. It was-
Yep.
You didn't have your trailer at the time either, Brian.
No,
No.
I bought that about halfway into this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I bought the trailer July 8th. I'm just scrolling through my pictures and
Yeah.
stuff. Bought that
Last
July 8th.
Yeah. Bought it and then it took
And
what,
then-
a month or two?
I didn't ever like finish it. Well, I let it sit for quite a while.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I didn't need it until New Year's essentially.
Yeah.
So I started building it in August.
Yeah, okay.
Slowly. I wasn't
Yeah.
in any sort of rush. But
Yep. Trying to think what
but
else.
yeah, I didn't finish
Yeah.
that till
Then
I was
your truck, you chopped the bed off like right away, didn't you?
yeah, the truck had already been shortened and so the truck was cut down from 134 to 108 inches.
Yeah.
It had no bed on it at that point. Because that was Hangover Run 1 was like that.
Right.
Before that was after Hangover Run that I took it to. That's when we started recording. So I
Yeah.
did the first Hangover Run. We went down to Trevor's. At Trevor's, it failed horribly.
Yeah, because
It-
the steering it was
it
it was bone stock steering.
It overheated. It couldn't steer.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
just genuinely
yeah.
not like
yeah.
great.
So Brian rode with me the whole time, which it was a good trip, but
Yeah. So it's
would have
like-
been better to have another vehicle.
It's
there.
like, well, do we
Right.
put a power steering pump on it? It's like, well, it's still overheating because I cut
Yeah.
all the fan shroud off so it wouldn't rub.
For reference, Memorial Day weekend,
Mm-hmm.
I am going down to Southern Missouri Off-Road Ranch.
Okay.
For
That's-
just
that's-
for
that is-
reference,
I
that
have-
I am doing that. Whether
Okay.
Brian
I have
comes or
marked-
you guys
I have
come or
marked
whatever you
my
want to do.
invite is going.
Okay.
Sister-in-law's in town, so I will
She
not
can
be
come
going.
with.
What was
Yeah,
the date
fucking bring her.
again?
Memorial Day
The
weekend.
Memorial Day.
weekend.
Or late-
Ideally,
late
leave
May.
Friday after work.
Late May. You know, it's like 6 hours, right?
What month
Yeah,
is
6
fucking
okay.
Memorial?
Okay.
May.
You said late.
I've
leave
done
after
so
work.
much driving
I know.
the last fucking weekend.
I was
I'm like,
just-
I don't even care.
I was
Like,
making
May
sure you
23rd
know.
to the
Yeah.
26th, Marcus.
yeah. So,
But yeah, we took the truck to
Oh,
Trevor's.
can't go. I'm on call.
Hell yeah.
well, okay.
But we'd taken the
Sorry.
truck to Trevor or down to Trevor's in Missouri. It failed horribly. Then I did hydraulic steering.
Yep.
Then I put the bed on it. Then
Yep.
actually I did hydraulic steering with the Hangover Run.
Yeah.
Put the bed on it and did the sliders and stuff. Then went to Hangover Run
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, redid the power steering again because it needed to be.
I changed the pump so I could do hydro
Yes.
boost
Yes.
brakes.
Yes.
Which still work amazing.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yep.
So I didn't have it had no bed on it when we started.
Yeah.
I didn't do the bed until earlier this year or earlier last year.
Yep.
Try to scale that in, but yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
But-
see.
Yeah.
So you didn't have. So you had the Fusion. You had the
Fusion
Subaru still
sold the Fusion. Subaru.
That was-
Subaru needed a motor at the time.
when we first
Yeah,
started.
because you
Probably
spun a bearing.
When I first,
right.
yeah, it started knocking real
'cause
bad,
it's a
and then I'm
Subaru.
like, well, Fusion is just gonna be a better driver anyway. Was driving the Fusion, was working with a guy who swore up and down he was gonna sell me that fucking parts car and never did.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, like I guarantee it's still sitting in his yard.
Oh,
but I'm
100
like,
bucks.
yes, I will take it. I will take it. Whatever.
Bring it
I
to
eventually said I need a fucking motor because we're doing main trip. So I went up to fucking Chicago and bought a motor and then brought it back. And I'm like, all right,
And that
got a motor.
That motor technically still works.
Yeah. Technically, I bought the brakes, the disc brakes, then too. So this is 2 years. 2 years I've been sitting on these disc brakes. So And they work well, except for the fact of my proportioning valve, which I got in the mail. And for rally prep, which we'll get into later, I will be putting the proportioning valve on, and hopefully the brakes work better.
Hopefully.
Fix
And also, I might need to do a wheel bearing in the front.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You have 2 days.
Yeah, it's Friday, Saturday.
Saturday, I for sure don't have work. Hoping to get a rain day tomorrow.
So
We'll
you'll
see.
probably get rained out tomorrow.
I'm hoping so. Yeah.
You would think so.
We're hoping so. But either way.
But yeah, you still have the same Super Duty. That didn't
Super
change.
Duty's going. Got a new bed.
New bed.
Yeah, new bed. That's true.
New bed and 50,000 or I mean I don't know. It averages like 12,000 miles a year apparently.
All right, now go through all the trailers.
No.
That's all day.
No,
right
it's not
there.
bad. Had the 24-foot PJ, which I had for a long time.
Which weighed 8,000 pounds on its own. I think it was like
5,500.
55, yeah.
Damn.
Heavy. My truck couldn't pull it empty very nicely.
Yeah, built the 5x8, sold the 24-foot,
Right.
bought the 44-foot
Triple axle.
triple axle, bought the deck over, just sold the deck over. Now I have an 18-foot. Did we even talk about me buying that one?
No, because you did that on Friday after we recorded.
Okay, cool.
Which we could dive into that.
Bought another fucking trailer?
Yes.
Yeah.
A
Why?
regular, it's a car trailer, like height-wise trailer, but it's 14,000-pound rated, 18-foot trailer. Regular ramps.
So you could
10 feet
fit
tall.
a Crown Vic on it.
Yes, basically.
Close,
That's basically that was the
yes.
breaking point.
Yeah, it was like, cool, I can't put any cars on a deck over. I need to get rid of it. Which, to be fair, made $800 on it. So that paid for $500.
Before we keep going, do we have another reminiscing to do?
I mean, that was
I didn't have
cars and
chickens
shit.
at the time, and I wasn't
Oh, yeah,
engaged.
chickens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys both weren't engaged and both not married.
Yeah.
And that's changed for most of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got a new job.
Yeah.
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 Both of yous.
I've went
And
through
went through several.
seven jobs last year. I'm on 2 this year. I was at
haven't.
D originally, so yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think what other kind of.
Oh, I
big
also
things
took up
happened.
farming and trucking and
You drove your first legal mile in a semi
and almost hit
killed
somebody.
somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a good time.
Still the same house, the same place with mostly the same cars.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot
I
changes.
got a shit box.
You're so happy with that thing,
I
aren't you?
am. I love that
Except
thing.
when it blew up.
Yeah.
Such a fucking hunk of shit, but I love it.
Gotta stop peeking the mic.
Just buy
We're
a
100
second one
episodes
like
in.
me.
Just buy a third.
Quit buying more Subarus.
I saw a funny TikTok, and it was
Of
like
course you did.
the guy had the hood up on a car, and he's like, I can't figure out where this wire goes. Let me look at the diagram. And the camera pans over, and he's got this same exact car sitting next to him. He goes, yes, here. And I was like, I showed it to Tori last night. I was like, me with Subarus.
I did that.
That's-
I did that with my Jeep with the charcoal canister with all the lines and shit that go to it. I'm like, I don't know what any of this looks like. Went to the junkyard in the neighboring town. I'm like, that's how it works.
That all makes
Starts
sense.
taking
Picture.
pictures.
Fucking brought it back. I'm like, all right, figured it out.
I
We're
made
good
my
now.
own reference material.
No matter
When
how many
there's-
pictures you take, you always are missing the one that
Well,
shows
no,
the thing you
the
can't
problem was
see.
that there's none on Google that was like
Yeah.
showed the routing and shit. I'm like, how the fuck does this work? I'm like, I got it. I
I'll
can just
figure
go to
it
the
out.
junkyard.
That's your
Yeah.
answer for most things.
Yeah. Oh,
But
fuck
yeah. So yeah, it's been 100 weeks of us showing up more or less pretty consistently
Yeah.
within a couple days. Technically, we recorded 101 because the one lost the
Yeah.
audio.
True.
That was super cool.
Yeah.
Best episode ever. No one will ever
It was
know.
actually shockingly good.
Yeah,
I
it
do
was.
a
remember
good
it.
episode.
Then we had to
No one
fake
will
it.
ever know.
Like, hey, let's talk about the same things.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh well.
Yeah. But overall, it's been something.
It's been a trip.
So yeah, we're gonna
But
try
now
to
we rebrand.
same
Not
brand.
not so much
We're gonna-
rebrand. We're gonna
restructure.
We're gonna start. Yeah, we're gonna build some structure into this and actually like try a
put
little.
some effort into it.
This episode does not count as trying. We're
No.
not, we're not doing
Say
it
like,
here,
are we
but
going to be like increasing the editing and shit?
the editing ideally will stay the same, but the pre-production work will go up a little bit.
I got you.
Can actually like create some scenes so it doesn't look like 4 guys sitting in front of a camera.
Four dudes chilling in a small room.
That gets
2
rather
feet
hot.
apart.
Once
'cause they're
rally
not
comes,
gay.
we can also get guests
That's-
and
Yeah.
off-roading trips because like last year,
No.
I didn't off-road at all, so Brian didn't off-road at all, so
Yeah.
nobody did off-roading trips. So
Yeah, we have many
And
more
then
things
if we
these
can
want to,
do.
we can have guests who do off-roading, rally.
That's
whatever
kind of what I'd
else
like to. I'd like
get
to start.
into.
I don't have it exactly dialed in yet, but I'd like to like every other week is like a guest or
Yeah.
us catching up. Not
that'd be cool.
not every week is like, hey, what'd you do since Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
because it gets. I'm sure it gets
Right.
kind of tedious to some
Yeah.
listeners.
Yeah.
some of you guys might really like it. But
Yeah,
Sorry, listeners.
every other week for like a guest, I think would help with like
ideally
getting
every
an
other,
or at least like
audience.
once a month.
Either-
1 out of 4
yeah,
would be
too.
good.
either a topic or a
Well,
guest,
1 out of 4 is for sure gonna be because that'll be Rallycross, but
more or less. Yeah.
sometimes it'll be 2 out of 4 because it'll be a wheeling trip, and if we have somebody who's willing to go, especially on Discord and shit, we
Say-
can
Yeah.
call them in and whatnot.
Like basically anybody who's willing to get on the phone with us for 2 hours on a Thursday night
And just yap.
like we will absolutely talk to you.
I do have a good idea though. I could maybe toy with the idea Sunday. Is
Okay.
like kind of getting footage of like
Foot.
of the day feet located.
I'm so sorry.
Getting footage of like how you guys prep for rally on the day of like
I've been debating on that as well.
Oh,
like,
full camera
because
crew guy?
I'll be working with your camera and Caitlin actually does want to use our new lens too.
so are the two of you both going?
yes,
Okay.
and we're both gonna be taking pictures.
So that means we should be able to get you guys into technically media.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you're wearing a high vis vest and you have
I
a
have
spotter,
plenty if you
which
need.
I think I have one too still, you can go out into the field,
Yeah.
like where we're racing.
And do
You don't have to
pictures.
shoot from the sidelines.
oh
Yeah.
One person with a camera.
Granted, you don't sit down, then you're on your feet all day, but
well, you just go out
I
there
mean,
and come back.
You can
but-
bring
yeah,
a chair.
I mean, I'm pretty happy with the results I get out on the sides.
yeah,
I mean,
but
if
you'd be
that-
technically able to go and
you could get a media pass.
Because what we've been really good at is getting the same cars from the same angle.
yeah.
yeah.
So I
Whereas
did-
if you're like bored and you're walking around the track, you
So-
get different corners and stuff.
You could go to any corner. You're like,
Yeah.
this corner is the most exciting, but I'm zooming all the way in to try to see
So
it.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know what? Actually, that could
That
could
is-
work. Caitlin could be standing like off to the side with our camera.
Yeah.
and then I could be out in the.
well, the two
on
of you
the
need
track.
to be
Yeah,
close together.
because there has to be a safety person and then the picture taking or the
Yeah.
photographer.
Somebody is your spotter that way you don't accidentally
Yes.
start to wander in. Which you guys
Oh.
can just go
yeah,
back and forth.
well,
That's
I'll say
true.
because people are posted on the corners anyway, so you're usually near one or two people.
Yeah.
So
But you'd have your own dedicated spotter. To
Which,
watch
since
you.
we're also
Yeah.
all in 3 separate classes, at least one of us will be out on track, corner working the whole time.
Probably.
Alright.
We could all run at the same time. We don't know. It depends
Kind
how they
of
split.
very
it.
unlikely with modified and 2 stocks.
Prepared
with 2 separate,
and 2
prepared.
stocks.
Sorry, yeah.
It's usually stocks and then everybody else.
Yeah, so with there being that breakup, I doubt maybe one event it'll happen where we're all 3 at the same
Right.
time. But
Right. Okay.
But yeah, ideally,
And
we
with
can,
Michael
if we
too.
bring some high vises, you guys can actually just like you can wander anywhere.
That would work,
as
yeah.
long as you're paying adequate attention.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
ideally, you just go to where the corner workers are because they're in
That's
a good
usually-
corner. So.
We're up to 45 entries.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah, I
be-
saw it gaining over 40. So.
It's gonna be very busy.
It's
So-
gonna be busy as fuck.
How I am gonna do pictures is, obviously I'm gonna get you guys like every single round, but for everyone else, I'm just sticking to like the first runs.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get like on my camera, you could take 1,000 pictures. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I can
I was
I can
gonna-
sort through them in like
Plus,
half an hour.
yeah, we just upload all of them or make a Google Drive file.
Yeah.
That way, everybody, if you take 20 pictures of somebody else and they're like, "Ooh, like, let's go through my,"
Yeah, where they're not watermarked, but
yeah,
they're
yeah,
not.
we're not charging
fully
for it.
professional.
We could
like,
charge for it.
So I was gonna edit them, but
Let's say for on my camera,
yeah,
don't feel any need to. If you guys want to do
Yeah.
like nice stuff on your camera, feel absolutely free.
yeah, but for
Mine
everybody
is
else,
just point
yeah.
and shoot and just spam it.
Yeah.
As long as you're not
Yeah.
like literally holding the shutter and running, which you can. But
I do it for you guys because I
Yeah.
do because like that's where I find like in the middle of those burst shots, I find like
that's the gem.
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
one.
I like I am perfectly okay if you fill that 256 gig card. Please don't. But
Well,
we
no,
will.
I
we
won't.
will have
But
more memory
I-
cards.
I will
What-
gladly go through 1,000 plus photos.
Well, what I did last year is I had my card reader that goes into my phone.
Right.
I offload on there, and then that freed up the space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
then
do
at
that
the
at
end of the
lunch
day,
or
I just
whatever.
put it back on there.
Yeah.
yeah,
if
we'll
there
get into
was enough
the
space.
semantics
and
of it later.
but
But
yeah.
I keep my card holder with every single
bring all
fucking
mine, too.
SD card that
Yeah,
I
I have
own.
Yeah.
4 or 5, and I use 1.
But
But
no,
like
I would-
617.
like I would be thrilled if you got 20 pictures of everybody's car.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Oh yeah, that's easy.
because I'll upload the whole like you just take photos of every car and it's like
Yep.
I can
Yeah.
I clear out the bad ones later.
Okay.
So
Because
even if
I'll be honest, a lot of cars are cooler to watch than us.
Yeah.
Too, so.
I mean,
and
yeah.
and
know
it's
what I mean?
like what I don't want to do is be like, here's all the photos we took today, and it's fucking like
Us.
one picture of
Oh,
everybody's
yeah.
car.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, these guys are just
Well, and
sharing
it's-
their stuff.
It's good reference material too when we start getting into the season and talk about that red Pontiac
that
or that
blue-
that
yeah.
blue,
Blue Focus
Fiesta
RS.
or stuff like that, and we can go and look through their pictures. It kind of puts a
that shitty white Subaru.
hey.
Yeah.
Bird poo white.
Fuck yeah, brother.
But yeah. So we'll get into semantics on that later. But
Yeah.
feel free to just shutter bomb every car. It does not bother me any. If they're doing something cool, get it.
Okay, and if you need memory cards, I promise you there's plenty.
I have 5 for that camera, and it's only for that camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll have all of them. So
Yeah, I just got to dial the settings in.
yeah, you can play with it as
Sunday.
much as you want. But
Yeah, I'll do it Sunday.
So still-
I did find them. I saved them in the Samsung Note.
nice.
What I did. Thank God.
But yeah, no, you could spam my camera all day. It's mirrorless, so you can shutter that thing like crazy.
Yeah.
But
Hell yeah.
As long as
But
you got
yeah.
the multiple batteries still too.
I've got 3 batteries; they'll be charged.
Okay, because I chewed through 2 of them last year. I know.
The 2 of them are cheap. The one of them's a Sony battery.
That's probably I probably used the cheap ones first. I
Yeah,
think.
use the Sony first.
Because
It's
I
way
know I
better.
went through
Yeah.
2 of them last
Quick
year.
little question. Would it possibly help if I brought the Jackery?
I'm not going to recharge those batteries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, yeah.
If
Thought
you burn
about it.
through all 3, that's a good day's shooting.
yeah.
They still have
that's a
their
lot.
camera and phones.
That's true.
Yeah.
GoPros and 360
Because
cams.
then we
and-
got 3 batteries for ours.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
like,
And then
So-
for
you're
video-
doing good. If you kill 3 batteries and memory cards, yeah.
Yeah.
Between the
that's plenty.
4
You're
of
doing good.
us,
It's fine.
for
we
video,
have,
I've always used my phone.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But between the 4 of us, we have 3 GoPros,
360.
an Insta360,
2
and
actual handheld.
2
a DSLR and a mirrorless.
full DSLR and a mirrorless, and then we'd have 5 cell phones that day.
Yeah, but we can't use our phones.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
potato, potato.
you can't use them in the field.
That's a lot of fucking cameras.
Other when Andy's like, picture of a car.
Every now and again.
Yeah, but so yeah, that's
I'm so fucking excited for Rally.
your car's gonna blow up.
Probably.
But
I'll have fun doing it.
so yeah, that's everything's. It's been a long 100 weeks, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
We're still fucking here.
it's one of those things like the number just keeps climbing. You're like, oh, it's really gonna get there. So,
Mm-hmm.
so
I mean,
yeah,
hey, most people like stop their podcasts after like 5.
those lucky bastards. Why couldn't that be me?
Because
Why
we
can't-
went to the main trip and we had shit to talk about.
Why couldn't I have been so
Then we
controversial?
had
that
new,
you guys hate
new
me?
cars to
We
talk
got footage
about.
of that. We still have to edit.
I had to
Yeah.
I painted my Honda for 6 weeks. Lots of
Yeah.
things to talk
I
about.
built a shitbox.
You still haven't edited those GoPro time lapses.
Yeah. It'd be
all-
real
that's-
fucking easy for you two, mister. I have all the time in the world.
Mister, we have to take them in picture mode so I can set
Yeah.
them however I want them.
Fuck you, Mr. Unemployment.
Yeah, last year.
Last year, he's
that
not-
I was working on F-150 for 4 fucking
He's not the
months.
GoPro editor. You are.
Fucking
Yeah.
better.
God
But
damn.
yeah.
Working on other shit.
I've
Yeah,
never
whatever.
used a fucking video editor
I've never
program
used
by myself.
Never used
so
time
easy.
lapses as pictures either.
Fuck you. It's
Yeah,
nice.
Washington trip was perfectly
If it's
fine,
so nice to
except for the
do
corrupted
it.
card I had.
Yeah, that took me like 3 fucking weeks to fix.
yeah.
I had to
Anyway,
use that program the other day for my 3D printer.
Rip.
Wow,
'Cause
you could have
my-
used it for our
'cause
video,
my-
for our picture GoPro edit.
My SD card failed,
Huh.
and I lost all the settings to my fucking printer.
God.
That's whack.
Sad.
Oh, because it saves the bed leveling and the
Oh, 'cause you have the-
head offset
You
and
have the BL Touch, which is pointless.
temperature sensor settings.
You don't need any of those
and
things. It's fine.
I like it.
But okay.
So, yeah. Let's get
So,
into
yeah,
some actual
That's
shit.
about 100 weeks worth of catching up, I think. I don't know if we missed anything too crazy. Andy still has a dog.
yeah.
doing
So-
good.
less tumors.
Um,
Yeah, I'll say less fatty.
Oh,
lumps.
that's right. I went from 1 rabbit to 2 rabbits and back to 1 rabbit.
No, you went from 1 rabbit and a pig.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rip
I'm
Napoleon.
not trying to-
Wow.
I'm not
yeah,
trying to
way
depress you
to
guys,
make it
but-
more sad.
I thought. I thought the pig died.
That was only like
A lot
a
longer.
couple months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a couple months.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is
Rest in
true
peace to
OG.
Bonita and Napoleon.
Yeah.
R.I.P. my
pig.
boys. This is when we like to airbrush T-shirts. But no,
I
okay.
did airbrush yesterday.
No, you technically did,
Yeah.
didn't you? So
I don't
you
have
can
the
make them
picture,
now.
but yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's about enough reminiscing. We'll get into the stuff that we actually did this week, and hopefully we'll structure things a little,
little bit
nicer
better.
from
A
now
little bit
on.
nicer from now on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been kind of
Instead of interrupting everybody.
Huh?
Huh?
Who?
What?
We
We'll
buzz
talk
in.
about. Oh, I did
We-
this to my car. Oh, speaking of that, completely different.
Can we
topic.
buzz in?
Long story short,
Huh?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm just glad I didn't have to say
It
it.
took him a long story worth of listening to figure that one out.
Eat my balls.
eat my shorts.
Play with the board more.
No, it's just to mute all of us.
No wonder no one listens.
We need
to
a
this
soundboard.
show.
No, 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 no.
We can't have a soundboard because somebody will have too much power if we have a soundboard.
Yeah.
Okay, you can turn me.
I've
Mark's will be
said-
over
yeah.
You can trust me. I can be fully trustworthy of a soundboard with 5
The fact
buttons.
that, okay, the fact it's been 100 episodes you haven't majorly spilled on the board, I'll give you props for.
Did you minorly?
A little bit here and there.
I think like the worst I got was like the side
You
rail
did spill
edge,
down the side rail.
and that was
Oh.
about it.
That's what they're there for.
Yeah. That's
not-
just
that's
for
not-
mounting.
that's
That
not what they're
doesn't
there
do
for.
anything. It's not
No, it's not.
attached anywhere.
It's not what it is.
Christ.
Okay. Andy, go into your Friday because you've done so many fucking things.
Stupid
that
things.
even me who knows all of them can't keep up.
Okay.
This is why the episode's going to be titled Andy's
Thursday.
Retarded Again.
I'm not going to prison this time, so that's a plus.
Yet you're not.
Not yet.
You got close.
So Friday,
yes.
I think
Friday.
Thursday, during the podcast, I think I was still going to buy a pit bike in Iowa.
I think you weren't sure about because that guy had stopped answering you already.
Yes.
But
It
you were
had
hoping
eventually
he
went
would.
pending and then
Just like
sold.
everything else you love on
So the
Facebook.
pit bike I was going to buy for cash in Iowa, which also just so happened to where there was a guy who was interested in my trailer out there who was lowballing me during the podcast. So I was like, I'll wait and I'll
Two birds, one stone.
yeah, two birds, one stone. Go out to Iowa, do a big trip, whatever. Ended up to where I said, fuck it, I'll just take the guy's cash for the trailer and ended up only getting one. The all night Thursday until about, I don't know, 11:30 at night.
Because you
I
didn't
was
have
looking,
work Friday.
Yeah, did not have work Friday. I was searching for trailers, equipment trailers, preferably 14,000 pound rated, car height trailers, regular 2 foot off the ground,
Non-deck over.
non-deck over, very simple trailers, preferably 18 foot, simple ramps. You know, nothing too beat up, too old, too shit.
2 chains.
Tried like hell to find a decent trailer. I found one 22 footer. The guy would not budge on price. He was not available during the day. So the whole time I'm out there, I'm messaging this guy and I'm like, are you available? Like, I will be there in 2 hours. I just sold this trailer. Are you there? He says, nope, won't be there till 5. I'm like, fuck you. I'm going home then. So I went back home empty.
You started on your way home.
Yes. Yeah, it was a 4.5 hour drive to the guy's house who bought the trailer, sold it to him. Made $800 on it. 500 of that, call it the registration. So I'm $300 profit in it. That's the fuel going out there, and then plus $150. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll live with that. On the way home, on the way out there, I look at it's called Carroll Construction Suppliers or something. It's like a
Is it like a Ritchie Brothers?
no, it's kind of like a United Rentals, like their
Oh,
store.
okay.
It's storefront.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
not really rental.
Yeah.
It's more sales, but
Yeah.
of all of those
Of their
little
equipment that they're
more
selling
more
off.
of the small tools, like your handheld concrete mixer and your scaffolding and shit
Yeah.
like that. You know,
Yeah.
small stuff, trailers.
Small, like, constructor grade stuff.
Yeah, not the actual like equipment, not like loaders and dozers
No.
and shit. More of
Yeah.
like the shit you use on a job site, generators and water
Yeah.
pumps and
They're
Contractor
wear
supply.
item kind
Yes.
of things.
yes, contractor supply is
Yeah.
more or less.
Sure.
But they're a like Midwestern / nationwide brand. They have 39 storefronts. One of them must be close to Joliet because I've seen my dad wearing their T-shirts because my dad gets free T-shirts from the suppliers for his
You do
company all
love
the time.
free shit.
So I'm like,
Everybody
okay,
loves
yeah. Oh, everybody loves cheap. Yeah, I love a T-shirt, but yeah, I'm like, okay, so like I'm familiar with the brand. On the way out there, I see it. I look over. I'm like, oh, they're selling brand new trailers, probably not a used one. On the way back, I'm looking at the other side of the building, and I see one in the weeds. I'm like, that looks
Yo, that looks
exactly.
just like what I
And
want.
I'm on the phone with
You're
Brian.
on the phone with me right then.
It's 12:20 or some shit because it's Brian's lunch. I'm like, Brian, find me fucking equipment trailers. I'm like, hey, I literally think I see one right now. I'll call you back.
There's one in the ditch.
Literally, that's what it was.
That's
was
what
in
it
the
sounded
weeds.
like. He's like, I see a trailer now. I'm going to go. I'm like, all
Yeah,
right.
pull in there. I'm like, hey, what's the deal with that trailer? They're like, $3,500, 14,000 pound rated, 18 foot. I'm like, bet. Let's go fucking look at it. He's like, I was gonna redo all the wiring, paint it, do all the little stuff to it, pack the bearings, whatever. I'm like, will it make it home right now? And he said, yeah, this was our sales guy's personal trailer. It's in good working order. We were just gonna fix it and then relist it for more. I'm like, I want it cheap, so we're good.
Yeah.
Did not come with a spare. I went out and looked at it. I hooked it up. The brakes didn't work. I measured it. It was 16 foot. I'm like, God damn it, dude. I just don't want to fucking jip myself right now.
As you're like on the phone with me, you're like, what do you think about this? How's this look? What's the deal with this?
I'm like, am I missing anything obvious here? And like, it was a good trailer except for the fact it was 16 foot, not 18. And I just
plus the side rails were taller than the deck, which is annoying.
it is a
but-
dumb design of a trailer,
but
yes.
still.
So I'm like, okay, whatever.
So as you're like, I'm gonna go look at that. Send me more if you find them. I'm
yeah,
like, all right.
and you were like, I saw one this morning that said skid steer trailer, not equipment trailer. My searches were only for equipment trailers.
yeah, it was like on the like just listed this morning. I'm like,
Yes.
I'll save it just in case he does.
Yes.
You know,
So Brian sends me that one. Turns out it's in Joliet, which
Is
I was
now the opposite
west.
direction.
fucking Joliet is east. I'm like, God damn it,
Yeah.
man.
It's now 4 hours from where you're at.
Yeah, I'm like, well, I got nothing else to do. So I start messaging the guy. He says, yes, I'm firm on price. Fucking here it is. I'm like, all right, man. Cool. So I said, all right, bet. I will see you there. So I drove from 4.5 hours west Iowa to an hour east Joliet. I stopped in Hennepin only to grab my kayak because I told the guy who was going to buy it that night, hey, if you come with me, or I'll meet you in Joliet to sell it, because he was coming down from Elgin. So I'm like, if I meet you in Joliet, this was just south of Joliet for like 15 miles or 15 minutes or whatever. And I'm like, I'll meet you in Joliet, same price, whatever. He's like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
So
Save
like, perfect.
everybody.
I'm getting everything done that I need to today. Stopped only to pick that up and then keep going. So I did, all in all, it was like 12.5 hours of driving, but I did buy this trailer.
So this is what you ended up with.
He was firm on $3,000. So I'm like, all right, I have the profit from the Grand Marquis to throw at it. Whatever, it works. I did, if you want to look at the ramps, go back to the one picture.
I'm trying to go.
Their I-beam, or like their C-channel, like side rails. My dad used it to haul a roller, to roll some yards. And he's like, that fucking lip on the ramps is the only problem with this trailer. Other than that, I liked it. And I'm like, oh, I could just fucking hack it off with a grinder at an angle and make the ramps fucking 2.5 inches shorter.
This bottom edge.
Yeah,
here.
that lip. That you actually like start the approach on.
That's exactly what we did on our car trailer.
Yeah.
For work.
I did that. Yeah, I did that with a
bobbed it.
grinder. Managed to break my angle grinder, so I need a new one of those.
Hell yeah.
The locking button to lock the disc, it shattered the housing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'll happen.
So I'm like, whoops, that sucks. But this guy was he's a contractor. He does a lot of shit. He's only owned this since 2021, I think.
It's not the prettiest.
He bought it used it to haul his skid steer around. His partner in the company also has a skid steer trailer and also moves the skid steers around. He's like, I don't fucking need this thing. Like, I just don't need it. I bought it for $3,000. I want $3,000. I'm like, all right, fair, whatever, man.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There it is.
Not too bad. He was a nice dude. He broke the 7-way plug though, like that, like the week before or whatever. He was like, I used this last week. I'm like, all right, cool. Broke the 7-way plug. He had a replacement plug, so we were wiring it in. He wired it up to where the brakes were always on. So I pull away and I leave like 12 feet of black marks in the driveway. Nice brand new. This guy's a millionaire. Brand new fucking black marks on the asphalt shit. I'm like, oh fuck, man, I'm sorry.
Just brakes
and I'm like, hey, we need to
locked.
rewire it because I'll just leave it unhooked. Because like we redid it like 3 times. I'm like, just leave the black wire unhooked. The black wire I know is the brakes. The lights work fine. Like, let's just leave it. Because he kept wanting to like get it right. I'm like, I don't care, dude. I'll just buy a whole.
I'll fuck with this when I'm home.
The truck's got brakes. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, like he was looking at that one. I just sent him that. He's like,
Yeah.
didn't say anything back like, oh, that looks awesome or anything. Just
Yeah, I was like,
okay.
yep. Well, yeah, because I started mentioning that guy. He's like, yes, it's available tonight. I'm like, all right, I'll be there at 6:30 or whatever.
I'll drive 4 hours home and then drive there.
Yeah, yeah. At that time, I was like 2 hours away from home. So yeah, I still had 3 hours driving ahead of me. It ended up being, I had dinner at Panda Express like 8:30. That was 11 hours of driving. I still had an hour drive home.
Wow.
So 12 or 12.5 hours of driving, something like that.
But
That was Friday.
You had a slightly lower trailer.
Yes, but
got a trailer.
2,000 pounds more capable and
Just a different
And
one.
yes, probably better.
hopefully. So
For most things, it's better.
I'm
Some
not
things
going to
it's
register
worse.
this because all I did was take the plate off the deck over and put it on this because that sticker's still good till 26.
Yes,
so.
officer. This timestamp right here.
Don't. I'm not going to prison.
Fuck
remember?
the state. They
Not-
fuck us for enough
Exactly.
money.
I don't care.
So that was your Friday.
Don't get pulled over.
That's
Yeah,
your
that was
Friday of
Friday.
trailers. What was your Saturday of trailering?
Saturday you came over and we put a trailer on a trailer.
It's like putting a hat on a hat.
So you put the
Yeah.
camper on the
Put a
44.
Camper on the 44.
Bow.
Made some brackets and such. Brian designed them. They work
yeah.
fucking
Did
great.
they come out
You
cool?
can just scroll through
Let's
the
see.
general progress
Yes.
pictures
A
here.
four-wheeler.
Look at that.
My 4-wheeler moves the camper around my yard fine, but it will not.
I was about
pull
to say,
up
it does not
between
look
the
it has
camper.
enough ass
No,
to
so
pull it up.
The 44-foot has a 12,000-pound winch, so I basically the 4-wheeler was a dolly at this point, just
Yep.
to get the camper up on the trailer.
Yeah.
Which worked good.
A winch extension
Kind of,
winch,
yeah.
winch articulation
Well, it
joint.
supports the front of the camper.
Yeah,
Yep.
it
And
holds
then-
the front of the camper up while also pulling it.
As we're like, is the camper going to dig into the ground with this angle?
Yeah.
It didn't.
Thank
But it was
God.
close.
Yeah.
You know,
But yeah, so
Wow.
that was the starting of it.
moved it up.
We'll just keep clicking through.
Yeah. Got her up on the front.
Looking
Oh,
all
yeah.
fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
We did some measurements.
Ambulance.
Turns out we can drop the camper 7 inches, like lower close to the
Oh,
deck
shit.
with the wheel.
If we take the
stands
wheel off.
and then where we're planning to put the ball mount.
Gotcha. Cool.
So we just get up there kind of looking at everything. You can see the front jacks are almost maxed to the
Yeah.
point where they're a
Yeah.
little unstable. So we're like, any lower we can go will be way better.
Yeah, that and aerodynamics and height restrictions in general. Like,
Fuck.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
keep on
ended up making some. Yeah, that's
Here we go.
So this is the bottom piece. You can see a weld like behind the ball on the right side of the ball there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is technically 2 pieces. The bottom piece is just a C. The bottom of the C sits on the trailer. It's bolted through the back, which the back is just sheet metal. It's just for storage compartments of the trailer itself.
It's bolted to the toolbox, which is 1/8 plate at least.
It's not super
It's
great,
not great, but it's
but
fine.
it's there.
Yeah.
And so
I mean, how
okay.
much weight is theoretically going to be on that
at
tongue?
most the camper would be with weight and everything in it would be about 3,500 pounds. So tongue weight 10%, 350 pounds.
That's
Yeah.
not that
The problem
bad.
is the back and forth. Like
Yeah.
that with just if it was just that C, it would have a lot.
Of
It wouldn't
play.
take much to pull or push on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would necessarily bend it, but it might be enough to unsettle something.
Yeah, it'd be unhappy.
It is 1/4-inch plate. Like, it's not nothing,
yeah,
but
we actually dropped the camper on the ball with just the bottom piece
without
on it,
this upper bracket.
and it was moving quite a bit.
It
So
did
we're like,
flex a
yeah,
little.
it'll definitely stiffen up. So we have another L-shaped, like upside down L-shaped that we vice grip together till we know it was the bottom of it was touching the C channel
the top
above it.
and bottom are tight
Yes.
in place.
Gotcha.
Yep. Vice gripped it, welded it, came back through, bolted everything.
Beat it into place.
It's very secure now. Like
Cool.
It's not as tucked. I was expecting to tuck the tongue of the trailer more
Forward.
closer towards the truck.
Gotcha.
Did you?
What was
Okay.
that?
I didn't.
The
do that. It
dog,
was
the
blue,
dog
I
just did
guess.
something.
I don't know.
She might have sneezed and hit the
Poor
table.
boy.
Maybe, yeah.
Silly
I thought you
dog.
dropped like one of your trophies or something.
Nope. I saw her like.
Yeah, no,
felt a
I think
drop.
Blue like sneezed and like hit the
I
leg
think
of the trailer. Or
That's
something.
what I think. Like the
Blue, are
trailer.
you
Look at
okay?
you. God damn.
Leg of the table.
Yeah,
Sorry,
table.
I almost did it again.
Yeah. But yeah, we were hoping to get it lower and further in. But by the time the coupler of the trailer actually gets in that space,
yeah. If you look at like where the pin,
like
the
the
latch
latch
gets
of
pretty
the ball,
tight.
the ball latch, it's fucking
it's either got to drop a foot and then
Yeah.
it's going to be touching the toolbox lids.
yeah.
And it's like, it's not worth it at that point.
So yeah, we found a happy medium, made all the
Nice.
brackets, made the wheel stand brackets, which you got to zoom in a lot.
Yeah.
but-
I have a couple more pictures closer up.
I
I
guess
think.
I didn't take any pictures of the wheel
Yeah.
stands at least, but
Here's it with it fully lowered into place.
yes,
I'll go closer on the wheel
Now, are you
stands.
going to like
Oh, hold on.
make a
storage box.
no, not a storage box, but kind of like enclose the bottom of that trailer at all?
Kind
Ideally, I mean, if I'm doing stuff in winter, maybe.
I mean,
Like,
it doesn't
with it
have like
still on the
not
trailer,
anything
but-
crazy,
Yeah.
but just like for
Here's your-
aerodynamics and stuff,
here's
so
your
wind
wheel
doesn't
stand.
kind of
I mean,
get
the
pulled
front
up
wedge of the
underneath.
trailer is still
Ah,
has a
that's
lot
true.
of like there's the wings on the trailer kind of already
Yeah.
displace the wind like that,
And the
so-
fact that it's just empty underneath, there's not a bunch of stuff, means
Yeah.
it should just flow through
True.
it for the most
same
part.
with like if it's my Jeep and Brian's truck, like it'll be axles and tires, but it'll also be flowing through that too. So
They're all flat bottomed
Okay,
up.
fair enough.
Yeah, here's the wheel stands that I made up.
Wow.
So these are 1/4-inch plate with the actual pattern of the wheel plasma cut into them. Nice and neat. We put the wheel nuts on backwards so it doesn't tear up the taper of them because it's just going into straight cut plate.
yeah,
They bolt on just as you just whip the wheel off, which was more of a process than we thought using Andy's little red jack.
yeah, I need to use the big floor jack next time, but not the end of the world.
No.
Getting the camper off the trailer might be interesting.
Getting
but
it on wasn't
it'll be
bad.
okay.
Yeah, getting it back off will be a little tricky, but
It should be fine. I hope.
some simple 1/4-inch plate brackets, bent them up nice and square. Got places you can actually,
The only thing I have to do on this still is drill 2
Locate-
holes per plate.
to keep side to
Just
side play.
yeah, just for side tension. Essentially, it is strapped down. It is good to go. I just need to do bolt
Yeah,
holes. in
forward
the
and
side
back
brackets.
is tight. It's just side to side's a little iffy because it's steel
Well,
plate. on steel
forward,
plate.
back, up and down.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's literally just side to side now.
Yeah.
So,
So here's your up and down solution.
yep. That is a ratchet strap. There are plates on the bottom side of this going through the wood for the D-rings. A ratchet strap just around the axle.
Just
and
to
then
kind of
back
keep
over.
tension.
To the
They're
same.
D-ring to D-ring is 4 foot. So
So it should be a good amount of downward leverage.
yeah. Yep. I didn't want to like super close to the axle. I didn't want them super far away, but yeah, that seemed like a happy medium.
It's one of those things like it just goes here because that's where it goes.
So
I don't know if there's any other pictures in here. Nope, that's it.
Yeah, no, I think that was it. For the camper release.
Wow, cool. What next?
So that was all
That was
day
Saturday.
That was
what
from,
did I do Sunday?
So that was from 10 a.m. to like 7:30 or whatever. That was all
Yeah.
day.
Did I do anything Sunday?
That's probably
Hooked my truck back up to the
Well, Sunday
18
was-
foot trailer.
Sunday. You
Sunday
would
was Easter.
Sunday. You either
Oh,
put,
yes.
You probably put the ratchet straps on because we didn't do that Saturday.
No, I did that yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
same thing.
Sunday. What did I do? I did something Sunday out there. I just forgot.
Had
what I
lunch
did.
or dinner with your fam.
I did that.
Cringe.
I went back out and worked on something. I forgot what I was doing though.
Yeah. Couldn't be
Probably out
doing.
there jorking his.
Oh,
peen.
that's I know. I did the.
He's like, that's exactly what I was saying.
I did.
In
I
the
did a
trailer.
new 7-pin. I greased the bearings of the 18-foot trailer.
So
Got that
jerky.
ready to go because I was going 5 hours, 5.5 hours.
Ideally taking
to
that
Detroit
Monday.
on Monday.
So
You're
what
going
were
all
you
the way to Detroit, fucking Michigan.
on
Yeah.
a Monday morning?
Because
Fuck
I don't
that.
know if I said it on the podcast, but I definitely said it out loud to you
You
guys.
said it to us, but
There was a $1,500 03 WRX, one owner, 127,000 miles.
Rally car.
Daily driver because it's way too nice to rally.
Is
Yet.
it that nice?
It's crusty underneath, but it is still a one owner. Like the story is the guy bought it for his 16-year-old kid the day he turned 16. They went to the store, they bought it, brought it back. Guy has a kid now, hasn't really driven it much, but it's Detroit, so they use just as much salt as we do. It blew a brake line 2 years ago. They
And it's
stopped.
sat
They
ever
stopped driving
since?
it. The oil pan also rusted through.
Hey, I know what that's like.
And then, so this would have been Friday.
And you still can't pull the oil pan until the engine's up and out of the way, can you?
it's an Impreza that might be a
Maybe.
little different.
Maybe, but either way,
Either way,
oil pan's not that big of a
No,
deal.
it's
So-
$28.
Oh, there's an OEM Subaru one he had, and
Nice.
and an OEM soft line for the rear brake,
Oh, hell yeah.
and an OEM hard line. So like
Dope.
every
Options.
part that needs replaced, he has, except for he had a starter. He said, "Hey, the starter went.
Big
It will
fucking
not
whoop.
start.
It's 2 bolts.
The problem is he doesn't. He broke his back. He can't work on it anymore.
Oh.
His kid has a kid now, so he's busy. Can't
But
work on it.
still, I mean, ooh, the
It was
starter
listed
went.
for $1,500.
What'd you Jew him down to?
No,
well,
no.
The problem is
The problem is it was up for like 2 hours. I said cash in hand, very interested. He replies to me, says there's over 100 people messaging me right now, whatever. The next day, oh yeah, so that was Thursday. Was that he replied to me Thursday last week?
Yep.
And said there's 100 people messaging me. Friday morning, I say $2,000. I'm available all weekend.
All right, fair. It's a hell of a deal.
Oh yeah. Because there's nothing actually wrong. It doesn't need a motor or a trans. It needs a brake line.
Yeah.
And now
It
the oil
needs-
pan. At the time, it was oil pan.
Wear
Sunday-
items.
Sunday morning, he says, "Hey, the starter went. We tried to start it. It didn't start. So it didn't run. So there's no
1750.
proof that it runs." And I said, "Okay." Like, no, it's still worth $2,000. Like a perfectly
Easily.
running and driving 120,000 mile example is about $6,000.
Yeah.
So like,
easy.
it's worth its money in
Easy.
parts. It's fine. I'm like, all right, I will see you Monday. Like, I asked him, like, can I come Saturday? He says, nah, it's Easter weekend. Let's come Monday. I'm like, okay,
enough.
fine, Monday. Sunday we message a little bit. Yeah, that was me.
you're good. You can just keep talking. I was just seeing
yeah.
what that said.
So we say, okay, Monday. I should have sent you the actual like
It's-
the rest. It might be gone because he deleted the listing. He didn't just mark it as sold, so that sucks. But
Damn,
whatever.
hate
But
when
yeah,
that
as
happens.
it was like 10:30 a.m. Saturday was the last message you had got from him for a little bit, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, Saturday was a
we were-
little bit of information. I think that's when he said the starter was bad. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like,
we
I'm
were-
still planning to come. Like, what day do you want?
Yeah.
Sunday, he messages me until 10:30 a.m.
That's what it was.
I still don't have his address. I still don't have a time. As far as I know, it is mine, but there is no definite day or time of when I'm coming, even though we agreed on Monday. 10. Yeah, it would have been 10:30, 10 or 10:30, 11 o'clock,
Something like that.
Sunday morning.
Potato.
He stopped. He ghosted.
Which it is Easter,
It
so it's like
was
maybe
Easter.
he's
He was
busy.
busy
but-
with
Sure.
family. Fair enough.
I messaged him 12 times
Ooh.
up until I showed up at his house Monday.
How did you find his house?
Google.
Because you didn't really have his address or a time.
His name on Facebook is his actual name. The location. He has a, like, you know how you set your radius?
Yeah.
He has his, like, only the town he's in. So I'll say this. Brighton.
So then you just go to Google Maps and figure
it's
out
a-
what close
like
the
the trim
house
level.
is.
It's Brighton, Illinois. Yeah, right? Or Brighton, Michigan.
Sure.
So I typed X
Blank
name,
name, yeah.
Brighton, Michigan. There was even just the like the links that's available, and you know how like the short description it has. There was 3 of them that matched. I'm like, that's probably it, right?
Because it's not necessarily a huge town, is it?
No, it's I don't know. It's
Okay sized.
It's like Peru or
Peru, Peoria, Chicago.
LaSalle, Peru together, yeah.
Okay.
No, probably bigger than that actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it'd
not,
be
not bad.
Peru,
So like
LaSalle-
Ottawa.
Peru, LaSalle, Ottawa together. Like
Okay.
it's
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's a suburb of Detroit. It's pretty big.
All right,
Okay, fair enough.
pretty decent sized town, but at least you know kind of where you're going.
But I found an address. I drove to that. Like I drove within an hour of it, and then I looked for the address. Then I started going to the address because I was like, I know I know the town I'm going to, but it is a big town.
That is
So-
psychotic stuff to do.
Show
Hey,
up at his door.
I
at-
almost did it.
at noon or like 12:30, 1 o'clock. I think it was like at his door at 1 o'clock.
yeah.
Knock on the door. It's like, hey, is Tom around? Is his wife in pajamas? She's like, she's like, yeah, and I'm like, I'm Andy. I'm here to buy the Subaru. She's like, oh, did you guys set up a time or anything? I'm like, no. I've messaged him a lot this morning, hoping he would reply because I had a long drive, so I've been up early this morning.
Like, no, I just showed up hoping.
And he's
he'd
like,
be
you guys.
here.
So she's like, so you're not local, so you can't just come back. I'm like, no. I mean, I'll hang out in town. Like, if there's any way I can leave with it tonight, I will hang out. She's like, okay, let me give him a call.
And of course he answers the phone. What the fuck?
15 minutes later, he texts me on Messenger. He says, sorry I did not see all these. Here's my personal phone number. I'll be there in a little while. He was at his son's house, like down the road, 15 minutes.
Fair
later.
enough.
Like, all right, cool. Like, I'm hanging out. Hung out in my truck till he showed up. He showed up. We talk. Fucking basically, he's like, I'll give it to you for $1,500. I'm like, perfect. I bought a starter. I had a starter. In the morning, 7 a.m. when O'Reilly's opens. I ordered a starter
For
that
pickup?
town's O'Reilly's. Picked it up, then went to his house, and then I'm like, I'll change it, make sure it runs, and then I'll load it up.
Yeah, it's it's 2 bolts into the bell housing and 2 bolts on the starter.
Yeah,
for the
it's not bad.
cables.
Yeah.
It's not bad. So I'm like, okay. That was my plan.
Didn't get shot.
He did
Congratulations.
not get shot.
Somehow.
Thank God.
Somehow.
Detroit, motherfucker.
The messaging, I could kind of tell he was an older guy. He's 70 years old according to Google, so makes sense now why he's really bad at Messenger.
Andy,
Whatever,
an official stalker.
kind of. I got the car. Like it,
Yeah.
I was as
You
I
went
Was,
and accomplished what you went there
yeah,
for.
I had the biggest customer service voice ever. You know, like the fake phone voice you have. Like it was that, but like just
You're just trying as hard as you
over
can.
exaggerating it even more. I'm like terribly sorry to show up unannounced, but I fought.
But I just
Also,
wanted the
on
car.
my way up there, I got a call for work the next day, which I was number 19 on the other work list. So I'm like, how the fuck did I get a call? Whatever. I would like a job to continue to make money. So
Right.
sure, whatever. So I'm like, I can't come back tomorrow, even if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Like this is a one and done. If I cannot pick it up,
It has
I told
to be
myself, I'm like,
Saturday then.
it's 1 o'clock. I'm like, if I leave by 5, it's 5.5 hours home. Gets me home at 10:30. I have to be at work at 7 a.m. tomorrow. That's doable.
Tomorrow can be rough, but I got to do this today.
But I'm not driving back to Michigan, I promise.
Yeah.
Oh, also, as I'm on my way home, the parts car legacy I was trying to also pick up in Michigan, he says, hey, turns out I didn't go to work today. You can come pick up the car. You should have
Today.
told me this yesterday when I was hooking on a trailer. I could have got the 2-car trailer or the 1
Drove
car.
home.
Because
Yeah.
even with
I
the
have the
camper
1
on
car
there,
on me. Go fuck yourself, you idiot.
Even with the camper on, you could still fit 2 cars.
Yes,
Yeah.
but no, he's a fucking idiot and replied as I'm like 2 hours away, 2 hours on my way home.
You're like, I'm so close to
Fuck
your
that
house, you
guy.
have no idea.
Yeah. Oh, but so in the morning, I tried to find dielectric grease at my parents' house, and also I was supposed to grab a come along because the guy said just winch it up. Like,
Yeah.
so I
Doesn't
don't have a
work,
winch. I have a come along, whatever. Forgot to grab my dad's come along because I was too busy looking for dielectric grease, which I did not find. So I had to buy that
you
at
had
the O'Reilly's
neither
I
thing.
bought the starter from, which was in Michigan. So, but either way, I'm like, all right, whatever.
What'd you need dielectric
Needed to-
grease for?
The trailer it says disconnected, but it only for like half a second.
Sure.
It's more so just annoying, and
Your
it did
truck's
it.
just too
It did it probably
sensitive.
100 times on the way home.
Okay.
Going up there, did it twice on the way home. Did it like 100 times.
Yeah, just
and
little-
I have a
little-
brand new ground, and
Yep.
I don't know.
Either way.
Little
Needs
dirty
tinkering.
connector.
Needs
yeah.
tinker. It needs rewired. I'll be honest, because it's also wired to be RV lights and shit. So yeah,
that's
if
a
you
bit
if you
different.
pull up the plug,
Yeah,
the wiring,
this one here.
look at how fucked up the wires are.
Oh no!
Yellow to red, yellow and black aren't used. White is ground. Blue
Are
to
those just twisted together?
This was my test, yes, but
Oh,
but that's
okay.
also my reference for if I ever have to rewire
Yeah.
this. If I don't rewire the actual lights themselves to the 7-way plug, this is how
It'll work.
it works. Yeah.
Yeah. So it might have seemed overkill when I did it, but this is why I rewired my whole trailer.
Yeah.
How I wanted it.
Yeah.
This is why there's I
So
have
Marcus, at some point this year or this winter, we can rewire my trailer.
Okay.
two junction boxes, all
Yeah.
brand new wire, all conduited.
Yeah.
That's
fucking hated that conduit. That conduit was a mother.
I won't conduit. That's fine. We'll
You can
tie it up, it'll be
plastic
fine.
conduit.
mine
then
already.
it's okay.
Mine already had the conduit.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
So I just
forgot about
reused
that.
it.
Yeah.
It just sucked because his
Well, it
had
sucks for
that.
pushing like 14 pieces of 12 gauge wire.
Yes,
through
but
it.
yours also had
Huh?
bird out fucking shitty
Oh, the ends of the tubes.
yeah,
They
metal
were fine.
conduit that was undersized.
was
If you want to do it, then
Just get
put
1-inch
everything
conduit.
2-inch
in
pipe.
no in 2-inch plastic conduit, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
just put
That
the
shit-
metal fucking
That
clamps
shit's
on
expensive.
and be done.
Just zip tie PVC to
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I have split conduit.
But
from
yeah,
work.
that's why I rewired my whole
Yeah,
trailer front
totally
to back.
understandable.
'Cause It's
after
like
this
I
experience.
hate bad trailer wiring. It's
Yeah.
so dumb to fix.
Correct.
And with my trailer being metal decked, I can't just take a board off and fuck with it.
Yeah, true.
You know what's really bad is every time I look at the back of your F-150, I want to fucking rewire that thing so bad.
What truck?
The red truck.
Oh, the F350.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but it bothers me.
Well, too bad you're not fixing it.
Okay.
Not until we take it apart to put a cage on it, and that's probably not going to happen anytime soon.
All right, cool.
Oh,
I'll,
but
I'll fix
so-
it later.
Yeah. So back to the Subaru and trailer and stuff.
He told me to bring a come along. Since I didn't find the dielectric grease, I kind of forgot about the come along. On the way, like I was an hour out, and I'm like, oh, I should have bought a come.
Fuck.
Because
Searching
the
Harbor
guy
Freight.
was adamant on me. Once I started talking to him, he's like, yeah, I'd rather you not work on it here. I'd rather you just load it up. I'm like,
That's
okay.
fair.
There's
Liability.
a Rural King 15 minutes away. Let me go buy a come along, drive back down, come along it up. 20 minutes to come along later. We also had to drag it out of his garage because the brakes were a little locked up. Turns out it was also in gear, which I didn't. He checked that it was in gear and it wasn't. I also later on the way home.
Turns out he fucking lied.
On the way home, I'm like, maybe it was just in gear and he didn't use the clutch to start it. Because like that would also make sense.
It would also load the starter up awkwardly.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so I'm
it
like, okay,
fucking
like
would.
because he didn't like I said as we were pulling it out of his garage, he's like, oh yeah, it's not in gear, it's just the parking brake. So I undid the parking brake and started pushing, or like we both tried to push it, and it was locked. Like it was really locked up. I'm like, oh, these brakes are really stuck. Whatever happens.
Sure.
But turns out it was in gear. I'm like, maybe it was just in gear and he didn't push the clutch in to try to start it because that's an old man.
Then
thing
it
to
won't
do. I
even, it
don't
won't
know.
even pretend to crank.
It also didn't crank at all.
Well, yeah.
When I tried myself also.
Right.
Turns out the ground wire that goes through the case up to like the one nut on the solenoid of the starter, it was shear, it was corroded and then sheared off. So like that's the whole that like the starter wasn't bad, it was just that one wire.
The wiring
the,
to
the signal wire to the solenoid to the starter was fucked.
Yeah, well, not the signal wire, it's like the main cable that goes from the thick part of the like coils in the starter that run up out of the housing to the solenoid.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the signal wire from the,
The
car
power
radiators.
wire.
Power,
The
yeah,
feed.
technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But either
Potato,
way,
potato.
Regardless.
that was broken, and that was the only problem. So like there was literally zero click. So
yeah.
but-
Interesting.
So you returned a starter.
no,
No,
I
he
put it
brought it
on
home.
today.
fuck
But
it.
but
as
no,
well.
to get it on the trailer, fucking come along it up, got it loaded, started my way back. That was Sunday. Got home at a
Monday-
reasonable time.
Monday.
Monday. Sorry, Monday. I had off
Sunday.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had work the next day. That was fun.
Yeah.
Didn't even unload it. Just fucking dropped the trailer. Went and slept.
fuck it.
Because I was. Yeah. This was.
Dead tired.
Scroll through all these, I
Michigan
suppose.
was 750 miles round trip.
Oh, it's a fucking bug eye.
03 bug
yeah.
eye.
Stop it. My dick can only get so hard.
Well, there's
Can I
bug eye.
drive it, please?
Yes.
Yes.
This is a 2.0 turbo, 240 horsepower.
Nut.
5-speed.
Nut.
Impreza WRX.
Impreza WRX.
Not an STI.
Not an STI.
Because they didn't make the
STIs.
STIs then.
STIs. I didn't know this actually. I thought all WRXs, or at least from like the one this body,
Yes.
like bug eye. STIs are only blob eyes, which are 04 and up.
Yes.
I did not know that. Up to speed donut. They told me that. I was like,
Thanks.
oh, that makes so much more sense. They have a early 90s STI and then a 04 STI. At least American market does.
Yes.
A lot of other companies have bug eye STIs, but we don't.
Can't have shit out here.
Can't have the
have
cool
shit.
shit.
But yeah, so underneath is crusty. Obviously, rusted out oil pan, rusted out
Brake lines.
oil pan, brake lines. Yeah.
Oh,
Underneath
it's
is
got the
crusty.
hood scoop and it's a Subaru.
It's a WRX. Yeah, of course it does.
It is pretty
So when
nice.
can we drive this?
Never.
When I put an oil pan on it and brakes, and since Rallycross is this weekend, not this weekend,
Yeah.
I put a starter on it today. Up until this
I'll
point,
call off work tomorrow.
this point, I did not know if it ran
Yeah.
because
Okay, that's fair.
dude said no, you're not putting a because I was just gonna put a starter on it and fucking drive it up and parking brake it onto the trailer.
Yeah.
He says no, I don't want you to do that. He's like his reasoning was if you break a starter bolt off in the block, then I'm fucked because then you're not gonna want it and I'm not gonna want it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's fair.
I'm still gonna want it. I promise.
So you should have just pulled it up on the trailer, pulled out of his yard into the road, and
put
then
a starter
started
on it.
wrenching
Well,
on it.
the problem is I still had a 5.5 hour drive.
Yeah,
And
that's
if
fair.
I didn't have
That's
work
fair.
tomorrow, I would have done that. But the problem is I had to get back to.
I'm
fucking
not
house.
in your yard anymore, motherfucker.
But he was nice enough about it. But he's like, since you're
That's
here, since you
fair.
bought a starter already, I'll give it to you for $1,500. I'm like, because that was his original listing price.
Yeah.
I offered him $2,000 cash just to stand out against all the other 100 people who were messaging him. And
'Cause again-
luckily it worked. So
5 to 6 sitting as is.
Well, not as is.
yeah, with an oil pan and brake lines, probably 3 to 4.
I have
running
seen
and driving
way
5 to
shittier
6.
ones for like 4 to 5.
But
Yes.
you've seen them listed.
Yeah.
For
It
4
is
to
rough.
5.
It is rough
Listed
around the
does not
edges.
equal
It's
sold.
not great, but most likely this is going to be the new daily, and the Subaru will be Rallycross and winter car.
You can't say the Subaru anymore. You have 2 Subarus.
The wagon,
There you go.
the Legacy.
The white
Go.
one.
The non-Impreza.
Yeah, the rally car will be a rally car and a winter car. This is on brand new 2021 date code PS4s.
Why?
$800 worth of fucking PS4 Michelins. Dude.
Why?
Pilot Sport 4s.
Why
you
would they
missing
do
a-
that?
Yeah, it's just a
Fucking-
lug nut. I don't know,
Oh,
man.
okay,
It's
Race
whatever.
car.
They also
Proud
only put
Sport
one new rear caliper on, and then the brake line rusted. And I don't know.
Drilled
you have to let
rotors.
me know how you
Drilled
like the
slotted
tires
rotors.
because I was considering.
I would love to
Sport
know
4s.
once I drive on them.
Yeah, when you drive it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was considering Sport 4s on the
Yes,
Fusion.
but they are basically brand new.
Probably not for the Fusion, but
Yeah,
maybe. For an
Fusion,
all-wheel drive
if
car,
you're gonna get
sure.
rid of it and you're gonna buy a Miata, put regular tires on it. It'll be fine.
fair.
But yeah, when you get a Miata and you need tires, PS4.
Put-
Well, because I was
RS.
thinking of those for the Miata.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna
Yeah,
drive it
in the
year-round.
description, he
Hoosiers, bro.
listed that the rear quarter is rusted, which is notorious.
Oh,
for every
yeah,
Impreza.
that's-
yeah.
yeah.
This is a listing.
Every that year-ish, that like
Yep.
5 to 10 year span, they're all fucking rusted out.
Well,
in
because the
that
rear
same
tires
spot.
just throw shit up there.
Yep.
Yeah, and salt sucks.
Yep.
But yeah,
So,
if anyone
yeah,
wants
this
to
is
read
the
all
des-
that, they can.
the
But I'm not
description,
gonna.
yeah.
I'm not gonna make anyone. Here
He
read
fell
it.
off a ladder, broke 2 discs in his back, broke his arm. That's why he's not able to wrench on it. That's why it's not
Ouch.
fixed. That's why it's selling it cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Took the fucking ugly ripped seat cover off. Seats are in decent shape. Interior's sticky but clean.
Momo.
Momo
wheel.
airbag.
Momo wheel. Came
I bought an oil change for it because I had a $15 coupon that was going to expire from O'Reilly. So I'm like, fuck it, might as well buy it.
free money.
Yeah.
And I had to buy that dielectric grease. So yeah.
It's got a radio in it.
Had a sub. It actually, it has a good radio. The one under it is missing, which I think was
Oh.
like sub.
Oh,
knobs
an
and shit.
equalizer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the sub is missing. The main power wire for the sub is still there. Like whatever.
Do you
Cool.
want a sub? I'll give you
No.
a fucking sub.
I don't really care
Probably
enough,
not.
honestly.
I got an MTX.
I want it to
Dad's.
run and drive. Currently, it runs. I did put a starter on it. I got off work at 3:00 today. If we were going to do the other lane of Route 6, it
Yeah.
was going to be I was going to be still working, but thank God we said no. We're going to do it tomorrow, and then we're going to pave on Monday. I'm like, thank God.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm like, cool. So I got off work early, put a starter in it. It runs and drives. That's the picture I saw.
Looks good from this angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, not bad. Like
Yeah.
that looks good. I love
What's
the
on-
style of these wheels.
What's under the
Yeah.
tarp?
A Chevelle or Nova or something.
Hell
yeah.
Classic.
Yeah,
old
decent,
person
not like
car.
not a build,
Yeah.
just a driver, just
Yeah.
a decent 383 and
Something worth tarping.
Yes, yeah, pretty decent. So,
But yeah,
unloaded it, almost ran it into the garage because it got stuck on the ramp, so I had to use my jack, then slid off the rear pumpkin,
Good
and then
Lord.
the car started rolling.
No.
Thank God I grabbed the big railroad tie. The railroad tie moved about a foot.
hit
And
hard.
it was scary for a second. You can actually see the drag marks of the jack in the front of the car.
Oh, in the front. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a mark.
No, down
that?
more.
Oh.
That's the jack sliding.
Good
Yeah,
Lord.
there was a whole bit of sliding right there.
So,
Damn.
yeah.
So you're selling this to Marcus, right?
I'm gonna drive the fucker, honestly, because I told myself if I'm not back to work fast enough, I will sell it, flip it, and buy something else, continue it, whatever.
Wow.
But now you're back to work.
But now I'm back to work, so ideally I should continually have enough money for bills, so I shouldn't have to flip this. I can if I need to,
Yeah.
like this winter or whatever if I need
Yeah.
to. But ideally, I think I'm gonna drive it this winter or this year up until winter and
How many miles?
127.
So when we
pretty
paint,
low.
when we paint these wheels gold,
I do think I'm gonna paint them. I think I'm gonna leave them silver though. I kind of like
the silver's
silver
not
one.
I
bad.
like the silver.
I might
It's-
do black headlights just because the giant white, like clear. and-
Yeah, kind of blended in a little bit more.
Yeah, they make
That's
they
the
make
bug
some
eye look.
decent. Yeah, they make some decent aftermarket headlights. I'm kind of iffy on. I'm gonna drive it as it is for
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
months either way. But if I do anything, it might be headlights. I think the wheels are chipping a lot of paint, but I think would still either just get them powder coated silver again,
Yeah.
or paint them silver, whatever. So,
Silver does look good.
So jealous.
It's just not gold.
yeah, but I do like it. It's pretty neat. If you want to go to the running video,
say, I'm just kinda
it does
scrolling
run
through.
now.
Hold on.
First startup in 2 years
Can't zoom
because the
in.
starter died, so he never started. First cold rev in 2 years.
Pouring smoke out of it.
I mean, she sounds pretty good
Sounds
for
good.
probably some shit.
I heard the
fucking
turbo
gas
going.
in
I'm
there.
like, cool.
Has the turbo.
The oil, when I was under there putting the starter in, the oil pan is literally flaking off. I almost poked my finger through it. Added 2 quarts of oil to it to make it run, and I'm like, all right, we're good. This is enough until I replace the brake line and pan. Or in the oil pan.
127. Oil pan is rusted through. Oil change. Spare starter. I ended up changing with a brand new one.
Pillarless windows.
Yeah.
She runs nice and smooth though. Look at little turbo. Ready? Oh, maybe.
Coolants were all up. There's no oil and nothing. Fucking, it's all everything looked pretty good.
So it's not a Subaru.
It's a low mile Subaru at least.
Fuck you.
You could buy it. It's just money.
Aftermarket exhaust.
Yes, the only modifications he has is wheels, drilled and slotted rotors, and this exhaust.
Sounds good.
Can you back it up like 10 seconds?
Yeah, go
Why?
Because I want to hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Sorry, headphone users. I like to hear shit.
Yeah.
Turn your head.
It does. It's in the cab. It's super quiet. Outside sounds fucking beautiful. So it's not gonna be drony.
Unequal length headers?
No.
No.
No aftermarket downpipe, high flow cat,
Nice.
muffler
Yeah.
the rest of the way. So
Yeah. Stock from Catback, basically. More or less.
well, no downpipe.
well, yeah, I suppose.
yeah,
but-
like it's all high flow, but it's still really quiet. So it sounds good, but it's
Because turbos just muffle stuff.
yes,
Yeah.
but it's quiet. I want a quiet car. The fucking I need to fix the exhaust in the fucking Legacy so bad because it's so drony. I hate it.
Just put this motor in
I'm
the Legacy.
I'm just
Telling
gonna
me,
drive
mine's-
this
No,
fucker.
just put this
Mine's
motor in
held
the
on
Legacy.
with 4 tacks.
And it's fine.
It's still there.
It's literally not that bad.
It was funny. Last week, I got a check engine light. I'm like, oh, God, what the fuck are you bitching about now? I've done a lot to you. And I pulled it up, and it was like cat threshold below whatever amount. And I was like, you leak like a lot. Shut up.
Correct.
I'm going to order pipe this week.
No, you're not.
Yeah, it's in my Amazon cart.
Nah, you're busy.
So yeah, that was me.
I
That
got to
had a
order
busy-
headers and shit yet.
Had a
so.
busy weekend, hoping to have a nice daily soon.
That's awesome.
I got a job with an asphalt company. Turns out, so we were doing
Are
patches.
they based out of Princeton?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I deliver parts to them.
Yeah. We were doing patches on Route 6. It's a foot deep hole, just concrete, sod, whatever.
Yep.
we put asphalt in 3 lifts. The first lift is about 6 inches. Like it's 4 to 6 inches, not including compaction, whatever. The first hole we did, the guy putting in the asphalt didn't give me a ramp, so I drop like 8 inches on a roller with no suspension, a shitty seat, like. So drop in, roll it.
My spine.
Go to back out of it. I literally fly off the seat about 3 feet. I'm like, buddy, I compact the whole first lift like that. It's a rough 20 minutes. After that, he told me, he's like, oh, I'll give you a good ramp. Don't worry. I'm like, that's not a good ramp, dude. The whole rest of the day, he got better, but still not great. So I was ready to quit after about 4 hours because I'm like, dude, my back. Like, I might wake up crippled tomorrow, I'll be honest.
So now your teeth hurt.
And I told my boss, I'm like, I told him the next morning, this has been Wednesday morning, I'm like, hey, I'm not one to bitch and need a princess
but
job.
This motherfucker.
But I have a history of bad backs, and yesterday fucking broke me. He's like, okay, if you have skills in anything else, I'll put you on other machines. I'm like, turns out I'm great at everything. Like, I'll run any other equipment here. I don't care. Just not the roller. Or if it's a roller, put me on finish roller because that's all nice, smooth asphalt, the whole top layer. It's not dropping 6 inches into a fucking hole and then backing out of it 30 times a hole, and we did 13 fucking holes. Or sorry, 30 times a hole per lift. So there's 3 lift times 13 holes.
So
30 times 3 times 13.
3 times 13. You did that 1,170 times.
My back says, yeah, I know. The Advil coursing through my veins the last 2 days says, yeah, we got it. Don't worry, bro.
Good
so that's
Lord.
been fun. But I was in a skid steer the last 2 days, so it was just the one.
Did you break the
day.
windshield?
Not yet.
It's always not yet.
They are really, like, it's a tall sidewall tire, but they're also really front heavy, like with the bucket and shit.
Yep.
So they, like, when you go to like 0 spin move, like just rotate instead of like turning, they get really bouncy. So it's just do. It's more like they hop around, and it's really fucking annoying. It's the brand Gale, Geehl.
Yeah.
Gale. Yeah. Just a shitty skid steer and shitty tire. I'd rather have solid tires with 0 suspension than this because it's
bouncing across everything.
It's a little rough. But other than that, it sounds like it's gonna be busy as fuck. Sounds like if I'm half decent at operating anything else, I won't be stuck on a roller. So
nice.
Cool. And it sounds like they have enough work to keep me through all summer. So
cool.
Way better.
Yeah, because aren't they doing all of Route 6, or did they already do Route 6?
They did half of it from St. Bede to 251. We're doing 251 to West Clocks.
Right.
Nice. That's a pretty good chunk.
Yeah. Thank fuck, because that road needs to fucking get done.
I didn't know it.
I was in my old
brain
neighbor
was
Jeff,
so rattled.
the truck driver.
Yeah.
He drives truck for this company, and he's like, I loaded him with asphalt from my skid steer. He didn't even realize I was in the skid steer. So yeah, so you probably wouldn't have seen me.
Yeah.
Either, so
well, now I know what to look out for tomorrow.
Just flip off the guy
I
in
should.
the
We're gonna be we are gonna be going eastbound now from 251 east.
Eastbound and down,
Okay, so I'll probably see it,
loaded
but
up in trucking.
Yeah, so
cool.
Wow.
But that's me.
That's all
It's been a
sorts of.
busy fucking weekend and
I'll
busy
say.
week. Oh, and then it was a 12 and a half on Tuesday and 11 on Wednesday, and it was 8 today.
Well, you just let me know when you're ready to wrench on that Impreza, because
After the rally weekend,
I'm ready to get my hands dirty on an Impreza.
I didn't know if it ran until literally 2 hours or 4 hours ago now, I guess.
I could have fixed it. At this point, we're fucking master
I know.
Subaru mechanics.
I didn't want to remove the intercooler, though, so I went from the bottom to replace it.
Fuck it.
It was oily as fuck. It needs CV boots at least, or shafts, for the whole unit,
Put
whatever.
shafts in it.
But
don't let me do
oily
that.
as fuck, whatever. Put the starter in. At that point, I did not know if it ran. So, like, that's just a huge weight. The fact that it runs and it's smooth and there's no knocking and everything.
Yeah.
I drove it 50 feet. Torquey, or like peppy.
It actually makes some power.
But then I only had the e-brake, so I'm like, we can't go that fast, even though I really want to drive this car. So, yeah. Ideally next week during the week, or if I have tomorrow off work. I'll work on the Legacy. If the Legacy's done, then I'll work on the Impreza. It all just depends. So.
I'm ready to start wrenching.
All depends if I have a rain day. If I don't, it'll be next
It's
week.
even better
and then
when
next
it's not
weekend,
my
so.
shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. It's been It's
been real.
I'm tired.
I bet.
I'm tired of this shit, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
Speaking of wrenching, Marcus worked on his own stuff for a while.
Yeah.
A fucking long while.
Yeah.
Way too many hours
It
of
was.
while.
It was. It
That's
was,
every project he has.
I
that's
know.
No.
Like,
Okay, so we did mud flaps because I ordered
yeah.
rally armor
Just-
mud flaps.
Just bolt on some mud flaps,
Yep.
brother.
The front super fucking easy. You know,
Well-
it was just it was a nice L, bent them into
It
shape.
was an L, all right.
Fuck you.
God.
You know, it took a little bit of time to kind of get everything lined up because there's 3 bolt holes on, you know, the body,
Okay.
and then
Fender
I
flare
To mount,
Yeah.
to mount the OEM mud flaps.
Yes.
Your stock little ones.
Yes.
Are 3 bolts.
yeah.
So you
And
want to
then-
reuse those same 3 bolt
Yeah,
holes on the
because
front.
you know they're gonna have some strength to them.
Well, it's a Subaru. I mean,
It's also rusted the fuck out.
junk.
I was vacuuming and just cleaning in general today,
Mm-hmm.
and the passenger side rear door, I was just kind of vacuuming up some dust and shit, and I guess I pushed a little too hard on the bottom corner where the door is, and just
The door jam.
Oh, yeah, those are really rusty right there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just
Poke the
yep,
fucking
just-
So now you have
vacuum
a
hose
hole.
through.
Yep, now I have a hole, so
Womp womp.
whatever. I'll
bottom of
put
the
some
sea.
spray foam in there, whatever.
Hack mechanic. You
yeah.
want to work on nice stuff?
yeah, what
Do
the fuck?
when it's not my shit.
There are holes in my car. I don't need spray.
Want to put a
Please do.
blow-off valve in the Fusion?
Please do not vacuum through my floorboards. Crunch.
I was also like covered in sweat and ready to be done.
Oh,
So
I thought you liked working on stuff.
I do like working on stuff, but it was hot out.
Oh.
It was 80 degrees.
I was in pants.
I was standing
hadn't
over
gone
300
inside
degree
yet.
asphalt. On
You're talking about
fucking 2 days
vacuuming.
ago.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
So
Let's talk about how that actually went.
yeah, did mud flaps. Front went fine, minus some later on adjustment because
Custom made brackets.
the
to...
bitch rubbed like a motherfucker.
Hell yeah, brother.
So not like bad, but like
No, it was
So
bad.
what's gonna happen
Just-
on rally when you're
It's
using
gonna
more
rub bad.
suspension?
It's gonna rub bad.
if it rubs
It's,
bad
no,
enough,
it will rub bad. It rubbed
I
in the
just
Chipotle.
fixed it.
It rubbed in the
I
Chipotle
just fixed it.
today.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, he grabbed.
Yeah,
it
I
when he
went
was out
and I
there.
took them off and I bent them again and yeah.
It's gonna rub bad.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's 3 bolts. Take them off.
Yeah.
And you're defeating the point of having the mud. Okay.
Put in
But,
mud flaps, now you're unprepared.
No.
Body modification.
Yeah.
Let's go.
More
So
than 1%
these
total
stock mud
change.
flaps were so shitty.
They were not that shitty.
They were pretty bad.
You're shitty.
They were so caked with like tar.
They
and
were.
They
bad.
were
Yeah.
caked with shit. And then on top of that, I went to go take them off because there's 3 bolt holes on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a 8 mil. Went to go twist them off and immediately heard a snap. Like, cool. So I get them off finally after literally just saying fuck it and drilling them out.
Mm-hmm.
I look on the backside. I'm like, it was a plastic
Clip nut.
clip nut holding in a steel clip that was, punched half-ass through. We all know how those body clips are. They're pieces of shit. Like, there's no way in fuck I was ever going to get these off without just drilling them out.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
So
they suck.
yeah, just drilled them out, and we put the fronts on, which lifted the front of the car up, took the wheels off, worked in there, so I had free room and shit. And then when it got to the rears, that's where it got a little bit difficult because when I took the stock mud flaps off,
Turns out.
turns out there's really not a lot to attach to when there's a lot of rust in the ass end. So
These cars are made out of cheese.
so
Not Mopard, but
Rusty cheese.
not great.
yeah,
not great.
Yeah, we use self tappers. It's fine.
We use good self-tap.
Yeah.
And there's 1 bolt in them, but
In the driver's side.
there's not one on the passenger side?
No, because okay, well there's a bolt, but it's really not holding anything because
there's a bolt.
the fucking hole for it is like this instead of enclosed because the ass end
Wham,
fucking
wham,
rusted
wham, 'cause
out.
your
So
car's-
there's just a big fender washer in there. It's clamped.
So here's your fronts.
The clamps. Yeah.
Little
After I
L-shaped
bent them,
bracket.
little L-shaped brackets.
Yeah.
It's crazy these are stock size tires and they're rubbing that.
Well, so the way the stock mud flaps are,
Like
where those
concave
3
and-
bolts
yeah.
go down, it's flat, and then it immediately
Yeah,
does a
starts to
90-degree
backtrack, yeah.
and hugs the fender well,
Yeah.
These don't.
and these just don't. So
Can you not just hack the side skirt to make it
Not
nicely. Because
Yeah, but the mud flaps hiding it. Who cares?
The fender well comes down and then
More
immediately
Sawzall,
goes
less
to the
research.
body. So like everything's captured in there.
More Sawzall, less research.
he's not wrong.
It's fine. It's just
No, I know.
like
yeah.
1/8 inch steel,
Yeah.
quarter inch. Yeah,
1/8 inch steel, not
eight-
anything thicker.
1/8 inch. So yeah, it's pretty easy to fucking bend. You just gotta
Yeah.
pull them out.
Rally armor.
Yeah, rally armor. Wow.
The whole time we're doing these, like we didn't think to look at my car, which has rally armor flaps on it with like nice brackets.
Which I realized after I left.
Like we did all this work and didn't even look at them once.
So for anybody who doesn't know,
Nice.
the rally armor, just the mud flaps, no hardware included whatsoever, was like 30, let's call it like $35.
Sure.
To get
fairly simple
any
amount.
of them with the mud flaps and the hardware ranged anywhere from like $140 to like $180.
Yeah, it turns out you're paying for the money that it took someone else also like you to do the R&D that you did for these brackets.
R&D, it was
have-
CAD, cardboard aided design.
I know, but like, yeah, you're developing with cardboard. Anyway, like, yeah, you have 12 hours in these fucking mud flaps. I don't know.
I wouldn't say that much.
You got 6 at least. So, you got 6.
And complete start to finish,
Yeah.
I would say 6.
Yeah, somebody else also did that and is like, damn, my time should be worth X amount per hour, so let me charge blank per whatever piece this is. And yeah,
bastards.
that's what you're paying for.
Yeah, so I saved.
You're paying for some other schmuck to do.
I
the dirty
saved
work.
$110 by making Brian help me.
And we only
Brian,
spent
I'll
like
say-
6 or 7 hours
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
it.
Brian would have gladly paid. It would have been $10 an hour, $20 an hour,
It was like 1:30 in the morning by the time we stopped working.
Yeah,
on
I
them.
was.
and then you came over to help with the trailer the next morning. I'm like, oh,
I've also-
I was pretty surprised. Brian mentioned he's like, oh, let's start at 10 on the camper. I'm like, what do you
Yeah.
mean 10? What the
10?
fuck? Yeah, I know you get up at 7. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Never mind. There's
and,
a reason.
and it was kind of like how the engine swap did. Brian just stood there and
Witnessed.
good.
witnessed-
Yeah. Make you struggle and chuckle.
well,
sometimes.
yeah, and that's fine.
I am.
Brian's good at like
I'm a
I'm
tool.
I'm frustrated. Just figure this out, and he goes, "Okay." Comes back 10 minutes later with the finished part. I'm like, "Cool, thank you. I'll worry about the rest."
I am a tool in the toolbox. I'm not going to do it for you, but I will help.
Yeah,
But yeah, they look kind of cool on there.
yeah.
A lot of
Mud
work.
flaps.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, we should have looked at mine because mine are just like self-tapped into nothing and they're fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is just a plastic.
So yeah, they're on there. Other thing. So I'm pretty sure we mentioned this before. We got a gap cam
Your Insta360.
Yeah.
mount,
for
yes.
the
The mount,
360.
mount, yeah.
And then you broke it immediately.
I broke it fucking immediately.
Ow.
So there's one suction cup that goes to like a GoPro style
Yeah.
kind of mount, and that is a 1/4 inch thread that threads into the back of the pole, the extension pole.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 suction cup mounts that have
Stabilize.
a bracket that
Yeah.
connect them, and then it's a 1/4 inch ball adapter that then goes to a
You're saying
inch.
a lot of words.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What broke?
A clamp that holds the basically like handle part of the extension pole.
Sure.
I went to go tighten it up, and I, tried to get it tight because, this thing's going to be fucking bouncing around and shit. And I guess tightened it a little too much and snapped the screw that was held in with a pin. So I emailed the company through Amazon and was like, hey, can you guys send me a new clamp? I fucked mine up and it broke. We're like, oh, yeah. Just send us some pictures, your address, your
Social security number.
No,
your mother's maiden name.
my
Street you grew up
firstborn,
on.
the order number or whatever
not
from
that
your
important, but
invoice.
yeah.
Sent it to him. Didn't hear anything back. Like, if it shows up, it shows up in time.
You had this last week
Yeah.
at the podcast. So
if it doesn't,
assuming that was early this week, you emailed
no,
them?
that Thursday I broke it.
Cool.
because it
Love
showed
that.
up that Thursday. Cool. But I had it held together with 2 zip ties, and it worked. Whatever.
Okay.
So yesterday I come home, and I'm like, I didn't fucking order anything. What the hell is this on my doorstep? So I'm like, maybe it's, the little clamp thing, but it's like in this huge, like, the paper cardboard bag, whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like, what the fuck? So whatever. I go inside. I pick it up off the step. I'm like, this fucker's heavy. There's no way in fuck they sent me an entire kit. Sure as shit, I open the box and it's an entire $90 fucking kit.
It's a whole
Sick.
nother one of these things.
Yeah,
So you're telling me we got 2 of these now?
technically.
Cool.
So the one suction cup, I don't know if you can zoom in anymore.
What do you want me to
Brian.
zoom in on?
The rear, to the front suction cup.
I could zoom way in.
Yeah,
what
there
do
you go.
What do you want to know?
So that suction cup towards the front of the car has that threaded adapter that goes into the back
This one?
of the pole. Yes.
Yes.
I took that one out of the new kit and used that to mount the GoPro.
Okay.
Oh, so
Because-
yeah, you have a single suction cup GoPro
Yes.
one. Okay.
Because my shitty off-brand GoPro accessories kit one is like kind of shitty and
Yeah, I have a GoPro
rattles,
GoPro
and
suction
it-
cup
it-
mount
and-
because I didn't
Yeah.
trust a just generic.
it works
suction
fine,
mount.
but when you're doing rough stuff, the joint in there just tends to flex, and then the camera gets pushed
Yeah,
out of
no,
the
my
way and shit.
the
so.
GoPro brand one, like out of every one I've
works
ever,
pretty
like,
damn good.
I'd pay double the amount of it
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's so good. It's like GoPro designed it; it should work.
The off-brand ones are fine to stick to your inside windshield.
Yes.
Yeah.
The GoPro brand ones are fine to stick to the outside of the car.
Correct. And I also have a tether on it just in case.
Yeah.
But it's literally never desuctioned on the outside glass.
So, got home today after work, cleaned my windshields, or cleaned all the glass because my glass was fucking disgusting, and it pisses me off. Took
ready.
my roof rack off, kind of mounted this up, kind of figured it out. So all I have to do now is place the thing down and suction cup it to the car. It's all set, ready to go.
What happens when you open your hatch?
Well, it'll come off.
Okay. So
But
but if you go to open your hatch, you're going to break this thing in half. Like, if you don't even think about it, just click it.
I don't think it'll break.
Okay.
I don't
That's
think it'll
just-
be happy.
That's just what
but
I see. I'm like, oh, you just like grab it, open up, like,
So,
oh no.
I can't go farther back unless it's offset to one side
okay.
because the chrome
Yeah, the roof
accent
rails,
rails
yeah.
are in the way or whatever.
I gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, I just kind of like mocked it up,
Mm-hmm.
and I also placed the GoPro one and got that in a good spot. So like that's ready to go.
You have your mounts figured out.
Yeah, basically all I gotta do is put them on, screw the cameras on, turn them on, and start recording.
Pretty simple.
Got my tires in the ship box.
Mm-hmm.
Got the ship box cleaned out. Floor jack, my chair, my
You don't need a
fluids.
chair. We don't sit down the whole day.
I know, but I just bring it.
Just to unload it to load it back up.
I guess, but yeah, basically I'm kind
For
of
lunch, maybe.
race ready to go. I think really the only thing I have to do is my backpack that I bring with me everywhere.
Full of booze.
Yep. My little cooler for some Gatorade because I know I'm gonna fucking need that.
Mm-hmm.
And then the camera bag, and that's it. I'm fucking raring to go.
Nice.
So yeah. Then the other thing that happened this week, if you want to go to the first two pictures, went out back to go do fucking chicken chores the other night. A fucking raccoon was hanging out in my yard.
That's a raking.
And I chased that little shit up a tree accidentally. I was trying to chase him out of the yard.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
I kind of felt bad, but not really. I turned the hose on and fucking got him down from the tree.
light?
Yes.
It is the best flashlight.
It is the best fact.
The best.
So,
I
funny
was
enough-
like, I can see every fucking particle of bark. I wonder what flashlight this is.
So,
Turns out.
funny enough, I came inside. I'm like, there's a fucking raccoon out there. She goes, so? And I'm like, I swear to fuck.
So,
She's been feeding it.
If there is a chicken dead out there, I'm gonna kill the fucker. She goes, no, you can't do that. I said, fucking watch me. As I grab my gun, unload the clip. She's like, you are fucking not gonna go do that. I was like,
I might.
it's the best flashlight I own. I have to use it.
I'd like to see you stop me.
I did look up just some general information. Apparently, you need a permit
To shoot a raccoon
to
in
shoot
town.
a raccoon on your property if it is harming your livestock.
You don't need a permit.
in town.
You don't need a permit for that. It's a nuisance
In-
animal.
I was like, in town.
Nuisance animals are free game. Not in town, they're not.
Yeah, I was like that. Yeah, I was like, that's what I was getting at. It's like
Yeah.
I'd take the 22.
you can they'll legally let you shoot something in town.
Yeah,
Fucking
no.
all right, bet maybe you do get the permit. I don't know.
Sorry, I
There's-
sneezed.
Nuisance animal is what you're
Yeah.
is what you're considering this as.
Yeah, so
Until that point, yeah, it's just a raccoon.
Yeah.
You gotta let it do some damage for you, but
I mean,
It's
if you
fucking
see,
doing
if you
damage.
see-
It's digging under my fucking shed again.
I'll say if you see like claw mark, if you see like evidence in the chicken coop, then like your other shed, who cares?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
free game,
I don't
storage
give a
shed,
shit.
but-
It's just more annoying. 'Cause
Yeah, no. If you see it like actively trying to get in the chicken coop, then it's
haven't
like okay,
seen
it
it yet.
is. Well,
my
maybe it's a
issue-
vegan.
It's not gonna
It's
get.
called an herbivore.
It's not gonna get into the chicken coop. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
What I'm worried about is that little fucker is gonna climb the chicken run and squeeze in between the coop
And the run.
and the netting that I have
Yeah.
up, because between that is a pretty it's not
Yeah.
fully secured.
Raccoon
these fuckers
size.
these fuckers can get in
Yeah.
like a 3 or 4 inch
So-
opening. So
The reason I was mainly concerned is we came home that night, and for some fucking reason, one of the female rabbits decided to make a burrow in my strawberry patch
Strawberries.
and have 6 babies.
hell yeah.
Well, we came home, and I don't fucking know what got to them, but there was 3 dead baby rabbits bleeding profusely all over my sidewalk.
I thought you
And
were
one
gonna
of them
say
was missing a
strawberry.
face.
Shouldn't have put your sidewalk there.
So
Damn.
I don't know what the fuck got to him. I think it was like a hawk or something.
Hawk,
'Cause-
usually.
Had to be.
Wow.
Maybe
Yeah,
a
I-
hawk or Tua or whatever.
yeah, fuck, I don't know. So
Cut a like box or like
There's
a
a cut a
Tupperware
bunny.
tub.
I'm like, bro.
No, but use a Tupperware tub, put something on it to where it doesn't blow away, and cut like a big chunk of it out of it, like a side of it out of it. That way the mom can get in, but the birds can't see where the nest is.
Make him a home.
it's gonna cover my strawberries. Then my strawberries are gonna die.
They will when they're covered in.
She's
hawk
got
blood,
3
too.
other fucking babies. It's fine. Circle of
Not
life.
at this rate.
Survival of the fittest.
3 that you know of.
Yeah.
God.
So
What's this?
took I took the hose and sprayed that fucker down out of the tree.
The raking.
He looks
And
like
then
a
the-
Jehovah's Witness.
And then the little
Oh, you
fucker
home?
decided to run up under the shed.
This is
so I
a
was
possum,
like,
by the way.
yes.
Yeah.
Not the raccoon.
Well, the raccoon ran up underneath the
Oh,
shed. I was trying to.
He
I've
said
already
it's a-
chased it away from the.
he said, "Bro, he's after me. You go out
It's a
there."
happening
Yeah.
place under the shed.
So I tried to chase him away out of the yard.
Bro's literally like, I'm on base. Don't touch me.
He immediately did a 90-degree left-hand turn and just right up underneath the shed.
You must watch NASCAR. Fuck. He's turning left again.
And so I was like, all right, fuck this. I'm gonna take some blocks and like block that entrance.
They'll make a new one. You
Yeah.
can't stop them.
And then I realized there was more digging on this side, which I shit you not, I have shoved a 8-foot driveway marker down into. They've dug like a 9-foot fucking hole up underneath that goddamn shit.
Dig too far.
They
you'll find
have
them.
a fucking burrow.
Hey,
under
what
it.
you should do is you should throw like 3 cans of great stuff in there and grab a BB gun and just shoot each one really fast and just watch the whole thing fucking
So
expand
I
out.
had a
pretty
raccoon underneath the shed, and I look on the other side. There's a fucking possum in there too.
You're having a hell of a time.
So I
He lives in town, by the way.
Yeah,
I live in
It
town.
makes sense for this to happen at my house, but
yeah,
no.
on the edge of town or in the wild, sure.
Yeah.
If it was cats-
I'm across the road from a nature sanctuary.
Yeah.
God forbid.
If it was cats, wouldn't give a fuck. But a possum and a raccoon that can fuck with my chickens, I swear to God, I'll kill both of them and skin
You have
them.
more wildlife in town than my parents
Yes.
do at their house.
Yeah.
But so I
For good
slowly
reason, but-
started filling in all of like the little blocks of concrete and shit I've accumulated from digging
hoarded.
and trying to clean the yard up. So I just started throwing that in there as fucking backfill, and hopefully they fuck off.
They're gonna build armor out of it.
Oh.
We start throwing it back at
Little
you.
bastards.
They'll stack it up to climb the chicken coop.
Cocksuckers.
Raccoons are crafty. You gotta be careful with them.
I don't give a shit. I will take that fucking grandpa's 22 and lay them both down.
That's when the little Mexican kids who want to steal your chickens are watching.
I'll make a coonskin hat out of them. I don't give a shit. Touch them fucking chickens. I swear to God.
You got extras anyway.
No.
This is true.
Am I wrong?
I saved fucking one from near death. I'm not letting it happen to the rest of them.
That's what you say now. So you're like, well, that's one.
Fuck, little bastards. Yeah, that's all I got.
That's all you got.
I'm ready for rally this weekend.
Yeah,
Hell
I think we
yeah.
all are.
Hell
Honestly.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Did my-
so excited.
Did my last little minutes of rally prep.
What'd you get done?
Cleaned out my mid skid plate.
Oh.
So this,
Thank you, freeze your curds off.
this was it. It got muddy and it filled the whole underside of the car full of mud. There
She
was
did some weight reduction.
there was like a 1.5 foot by like 30-inch pile of dirt by the time I was done.
Yeah.
So I cleaned all this out. I don't think I have a picture of that, but
God damn.
it was rather full. Considering this should be flush with the frame, and it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
it's
dented.
plastic,
It's
but
low.
still.
Yeah. I put one more self tapper in there. It should be good now.
Yeah. Fucking engineering.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Drove around the block a couple times. Put about 12 miles on it. Felt pretty good.
Oh hell yeah.
One of my
Already.
Are
one of
you
my
fucking
already
kidding
brand new
me?
wires, the custom order reverse harness that nobody makes other than one guy, and it's expensive. Already ate through it.
You need to start parking that in the garage.
It needs to stop being outside there.
So
Yeah.
what does that mean?
I don't
Is it
I don't have
okay?
backup lights.
Oh,
big
okay.
fucking.
That's
whoop.
just for my
Oh, that's your
reverse
trans sensor. Oh, yeah.
My
yeah.
regular indicators over on the other side. This
Okay,
is just
so
for
what
reverse.
are you gonna do for like?
This is just
like
for reverse.
mouse?
It'll live on the trailer
Fucking-
forever.
Okay, fair.
That's where it lived all year last year. It was great.
Yeah, fair.
But-
I just wasn't sure.
I'm like, damn, first look
Little
over it, it's
fuckers.
already
Yeah.
been
Well, you had to
fucking-
use your trailer a couple times for some piece of shit fucking
Cobalt's gone,
cobalt.
so that doesn't matter.
Well, yeah.
But
Fuck, just
wasn't
go park
sure.
it at my mom's.
there's probably rats there too, believe it or not. Honda wiring is the most delicious wiring.
God damn it.
Them and Nissan, they use like the same soy shit.
Soybean based wire. Fucking idiots.
Jesus.
But yeah, the two of the straps my pre-filter ripped off.
Oh,
So we're down to
Fucker.
2 now, but it should be fine-ish.
Can you just like put a hose clamp on it?
It's these little.
yeah,
there's
it's like-
elastic hook to like cotton
Yeah,
straps.
it's not good. I know. I meant like around the whole like
Yeah,
the whole,
on the
I-
filter
I
itself.
could zip tie
Yeah.
around it'd be fine.
yeah.
But I had tried.
At the
to
same
do
time,
that.
it's a pre-filter on a pre-filter.
It was like an $11
before an airbox. So
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
it was cheapish.
I'm surprised it didn't come in a 2-pack actually, because usually
There's two carbs.
there's
on
2
it.
carbs on a Banshee. So yeah, like yeah,
But yeah, just kind of got it ready to go.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Raring
Looking
to
all
go.
looking all cool and stuff.
Nice.
But that is as far as that got.
Hell yeah, brother.
Found torn up wiring, cleaned the mud out of it. Oil changed the Fiesta.
How'd that go?
Fine.
Hell yeah.
I put
Figure out
No
your
metal in it.
no metal in it. It looked very good.
Good shit.
Which yes, it's a 75,000 mile engine. I put 4,000 on it and then changed it. It was consistent, smooth brown.
yeah, that's
No,
good.
like not black, not full of
Good.
fuel. Like
hell yeah.
seemed to go.
Slightly used color oil.
Yes, it wasn't like a conventional brown. It was like normally you can kind of see through oil a little bit. It was
Yeah.
kind of flat. You couldn't see through it, but
Yeah.
I think it's just part of the fancy oils. 'cause
Yeah.
it's-
Did you
She-
ever
she
figure
gets
out
nothing
what
but the best.
what you leak green fluid? Is that coolant or?
It is gear oil out of the
Okay.
differential.
Ah, you figured that
My
out.
brand new oil seals
Oh, fucking
leak
bastards.
gear oil.
Yep.
Oh,
you
that's
can see the
very
drip right
green.
there.
Holy
It-
wow.
shit.
Yes,
It's
so it's
neon fucking.
That's
green.
like toothpaste green.
it's very green. It's,
Jesus
it's like
Christ.
Oh, this is
seafoam
for the
green.
Fiesta?
Yes.
Oh.
So
Wow.
that's called like anti-shock mix or whatever. It's a very specific thing.
Yeah,
But it is
yeah.
vibrant green and it's oil, not coolant. So it's you can tell what it is. but
Yeah, yeah.
that's where it leaks from. The case isn't cracked, so I'm happy.
Fair.
I figured it was these seals.
yeah.
Whenever I rip it
Womp.
apart to put the new struts on it, I'll do those.
bastards.
Because it came with Coney oranges, I just haven't put on yet. So
Womp womp.
at some point I'll fix that. But
Wah, wah,
at
wah.
least I know that half of the diff has good oil still.
Yeah.
It only leaks from there up.
Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about it.
Plug it.
And it's not like it's a massive leak either. It's kind of a slow drip.
It's a very consistent
Yeah.
drip. But
Yeah, just keep an eye on it.
and the other last thing was doing this little guy right here.
Oh yeah, this.
I threw the power.
Finally put the pulley on that.
I've had this pulley for like 3 months. I
Yeah.
finally put it on the truck, waiting for Marcus.
I was
yesterday.
assuming you put this on 3
No,
months ago.
it's been sitting in the
Yeah.
box.
I got you. Yeah,
You can
smaller diameter to run it faster to give it better circulation,
Yes.
especially at low RPM and idle.
Correct. Put it on there. I think the belt's still too long, so I don't notice any difference yet.
Oh, it's slipping on it now, or like
There's no tension on the tensioner. Like as you put the belt on,
Yeah.
the tensioner moves like 1/8 of an inch from rest.
oh, okay, yeah. You
So-
have I'm used to my Jeeps where you have to tension the pulley, like you manually tension it. Yours is a spring loaded tensioner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it is at its fully untensioned, and then it comes up just a hair.
Yeah.
Because this pulley is significantly smaller, so now the belt needs to be shorter.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'll take the belt off, get like an inch smaller belt, and it should be
Yep.
fine.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
I put it on there. Didn't notice a difference immediately, but it could be slipping. So
10-4.
yeah,
Good buddy.
it was awkward to put on there because it's actually not made for this pump at all. This is for a like 2000.
Oh, you didn't put it on backwards?
No, I sure you can't.
Like a true pro?
Well, you can, but I didn't.
Yeah, you could.
I sure didn't.
Yeah.
I put it on forwards and had to stack some washers and do some weird stuff. But
I gotcha.
yeah, it's off like a 2000 Buick Century 3.4 liter pump. I'm like,
Yeah,
But you
whatever.
got it
it's
on
the
there.
right center shaft
Yeah.
diameter because it presses on, so it has to be right.
Yeah,
And it's the smallest diameter. It's a stock pulley, so
hell yeah.
I'll throw a new belt on it. We'll see what that does. But
Nice.
that is all I got done. Working
right.
50s, I don't get a whole lot of extra.
Yeah.
So
Will you be ready for s'more?
if I put a belt on this thing, that's as
Okay.
much as I'm gonna do.
I gotta rebuild anti-wrap, put bump stops in,
I don't have either. of those. It's
serpentine
fine.
belt.
I don't have one of those either.
I mean, I don't need bump stops
It'd be nice.
anymore because
Are
I
you
moved
good- are you-
my RAM and it should be better.
Are you
but,
doing your rear leaf springs?
I probably should.
Okay.
I mean, those should be pretty fucking easy.
Yeah.
New,
Out of everything
new
on
U-bolts,
there, yeah.
new fucking new bolts, and all the.
Oh, I'd say
hangers
I
and
do your
shit.
new leaf springs before I do the new anti-wrap.
Yeah.
In case it does change anything, you
yeah.
can pre-account
I
for
would.
it.
Because
I mean, it'd take
forbid you
half
do the
an
new
hour.
anti-wrap.
Well, it's still hinged in the front though, so even if it moves, it
Correct.
shouldn't
But
be much.
you could set your preload.
Yes.
Will be maybe be a little different because it's further down. It shouldn't change it much. I would just
Yeah.
do them first.
Yeah.
fair.
Just
That's
because.
well, it's gonna stop you from going back and having to fucking change it again.
You wouldn't have
Fair.
to change it.
Yeah.
It's just like set it up as it's gonna
Yeah,
be.
I understand
It's-
what you mean.
2 bolts and 4 U-joint bolts on each side.
Yeah,
Ain't the end of the world, but
not too bad, but yeah.
But
we got an Impreza to fix first, boyo.
Nah,
I'm so
that's the
fucking
problem too.
excited.
Is I should start fucking working on the Jeep. Like,
Yeah.
Okay,
actually,
well,
no.
you can work
I
on the
need to
Jeep,
I need
and
to get
I'll
all
work on the Impreza.
I need
Doesn't
to get
have-
all the sheets done that are sitting in my garage. Remember when we put the TV up?
Yeah, you
I
should-
need to fucking at least put all those sheets up to get them out of my fucking way, and then I can pull a car into my garage again.
But then you're making the cuts. I'll hang them.
well, yeah, it's not that bad. I just need to fucking get it
but
done.
it's time consuming.
Yeah.
More hands make less work.
speaking of
Yeah.
time consuming, this shit's getting time consuming.
Yeah.
Fair.
Should we end this?
Yep.
Yes.
I suppose.
Okay.
Happy 100.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.